The following program is meant for adult audiences only. If you are easily offended, you are choosing to be offended by continuing to watch. If jokes upset you, whether bad or good, you might end up crying. Being a bitch in life is difficult, I imagine, but you must find a way to continue. For all the haters and lurkers, hope you enjoy the show. For the bigot army, enjoy the show. Don't be a pussy.
そうだ。テレビつけてもいいぞ。
冒険アニメ
よりによって
サイレンサー付きの拳銃だと
ワクワク
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call
the Grifter Zone.
Oh, you found your moo.
My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's because Jesus Christ is.
Man, I want to get drunk in a hotel room with you.
That might be taken
Crazy.
out of context.
Gay.
Oh. No. How is it my fault? What? The bragging gifted this and I'm immediately called an anti-Semite? Come on, dog.
Bruh.
What are these characters? Nazi furry? Hypno, why would you do this to me? Said, welcome to Goonergate. Protect your booty hole.
What's up, nerds? It's Alyssa Mercante, Kotaku senior editor, and
nobody even wants you here.
And I would take her to Chili's, maybe. You know, like, genuinely, I just want the best for her. Genuinely.
Listen, if it was consensual and you didn't hate the Jews, I'd fuck the shit out of you. I would.
What did he say? People are gonna clip that. You know that I don't.
Clip it. I know you don't. Come on. But that's the thing. Why can't we have fun?
Bruh.
That's an interesting way of putting. That makes sense.
He's jealous. Fuck yeah. Been knew I was that bitch. I didn't need a man to tell him to fuck.
And Hypnotic again, member for 1 month. Thank you. Enjoy First Berserker. What's that black stuff between an elephant's toes? Slow natives. Wait.
Wild.
Yeah. On the other end of the spectrum. Yes.
Okay.
I'd say that goes out of dad into dark, but sure, yeah.
Definitely dark.
Somebody replies and it says, "This is embarrassing." And he says, "Not as embarrassing as your take on trans kids. It was not researched. It was cruel and it had no basis in facts. So forgive me if I don't take all your takes that seriously." Who's this person?
Bruh.
Look at the fucking thumbnail. God of Cock Meltdown. Oh my God, look at this. Oh man. Yeah, sure. Trans kids, for sure, man.
Right, but you're giving an opinion on an article with a headline that's inflammatory. So the fact that you're giving an opinion on what's on screen,
Did I focus on the inflammatory nature of the headline?
Well, can I assume that everything in this article you would agree with?
You shouldn't assume. It makes an ass out of yourself and me.
Okay, so
down his timeline, you're gonna see a lot of ass and titties. Okay, me on my Twitter timeline, you ain't gonna see none of that. As a matter of fact, like I can show you, I can scroll down my entire news feed on Twitter. Why would you ruin my point? I'm trying. God damn. Why would you ruin it? I didn't do that. I don't know who this chick is. Why would you do that? I can't even edit it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Someone you love been canceled? Have you been the target of online harassment because of something you said or refused to be compelled to say by the mob? Did you mistakenly think you could be an individual, form your own opinions, and keep all of your friends? Did your social credit score tanked because you had a conversation with, subscribe to, or follow someone who suffers from wrongthink? Have you been called a literal Nazi because you think taking care of one's physical health is important? Have you tried apologizing for your transgressions only to find out you actually poured gasoline on the they-them flames? Have you ever had a politically incorrect thought or, heaven forbid, made an off-color joke? Well, we here at the Office of the Cancelled are here for you. As a member of the club, we offer exclusive trading cards, black jackets, lapel pins, access to bomb shelters, as well as audio tracks from based artists that are sure to pump you up for a day at the range and get some of that much-needed two-way therapy. Remember, folks, you're only canceled if you let yourself be canceled, and every one of those collectivist NPCs can go fuck themselves.
Eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. 15 years have I been waiting to stand up on my throne.
I'll wait some time because the longer we wait, like the more realistic it'll be, you know, when he comes back to life. The touch of the black man in a woke story. The God hand shining down, shining upon thee. White man as you lay down. Cis white man and couple in background. Understand the power of a black man is a God hand.
Pro-black Twitter!
I breathe life into you. One touch is not enough from greatness. One touch from the black man. Watch me do it again. Kneel and be amazed at the touch of the black man. I bring life. I bring life.
Pro-black Twitter hoes!
That's right! That's right!
Robocock, don't clip that, no!
Bruh.
Oh God, that's getting clipped.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Oh shit. I was doing so good tonight too.
I'm tired of you! Drop retard. Robocock.
Good job, Daddy, not going on that incel show. I'm gonna buy you that Switch too now.
Mamma mia. Fight back! Fight back! Hey, punk, you got another one to do if you still want that ad money, so let's go! Welcome home!
Jesus. What is happening? What is going on in the fucking chat right now, man? Holy shit. What is happening? We haven't even said hello. We haven't even greeted each other, like nothing. Oh my God. Welcome everybody to another episode of Hypnocast. That's right. We are live, boys. We are live. We're going to dive down the rabbit hole that is known as the internet. But before we do that, please, for the love of God, bring it in. Bring it in and hug it out, man. I have no idea what's going on. I don't even know how there is gray people in the chat right now. How is there gray people? I don't get it. Do you guys like have a spray that makes you not eligible to get memberships? Because I don't know what just happened in the chat, but something blew up. Something blew up. Something blew up. Come on, hurry up. Get in here right now. And let's hug it out. But remember, very closely. Listen very closely.
Do not touch the fucking turkey!
Don't do it. Don't do it. If you're watching on YouTube, like the stream. Like it. Right now. If you're watching on Rumble, like the stream. If you're watching on Twitter, like the post. And if you're watching anywhere else right now, you're gay. Like the stream. Like the stream right now. Right now at this very moment. Can I get a mic check, please? Mic check, titty check, balls check. What are we checking, man? What are we checking, man? What are we checking today, guys? Let's figure it out. What are we checking today, man? We got a lot we got to talk about, man. To say that the amount of nonsense that has blown up in the last 24 hours is pretty crazy. But what else are we checking? Hypno is not a Temu gamer anymore, check. When the fuck was I a Temu gamer? Jesus. Turkey touching check, absolutely. Tier 2 check, apparently. Apparently, we are already at tier 2, which is absolutely insane. But we're going to get into that in 2 seconds. What else are we checking? What else are we checking? My guy is a Digimon. Square Enix is dead check. Welcome home check. Asshole check. Turkey Goblin check. Square Enix might be getting the hint check. Square is getting felted check. Smashing and dashing the turkey check. Hypno is gay check. Work finish in 15 minutes check. Nice. Putting up the Christmas tree to hide the newly purchased Gunpla. Oh, man. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Shock check. Nice. Cat is sleeping on my foot and my foot is asleep too check. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hypno has not even touched the mic before tier 2 check. Sounds about right. I'm not gray check. I got nothing check. Green splash shot check. Big booty redhead check. Reddit AI is a bad thing check. Ordered my new desk check. Nice. It's always good when you get a new desk. It just feels good. Kata is Santa elf check. Oh man. Is that true?
I am the foot god, Kaida.
Is that true? I don't know if that's true. All right, guys, listen, our ESG scores are at their maximum. We are fully funded. Let's like the stream. Like it right now. Let's do the Bigot Army roll call. Let's see who is in the chat right now. Aside from former Kotaku urinalists, Black Samurais, that unfortunately did exist at one point, but no longer do, and people that apparently went unbelievably insane in the chat that I got to tier 2 before we even said hi. It's fucking crazy. It's unbelievable. We got Mad Max 2069. We got Roll Some Joint. We got TY. We got Dark Obsidian. We got Bay Chicago over on Rumble. We got Dragon. Pay It Forward over on Rumble. Beat Again 85. Fingering the Turkey. Some weird shit, man. Melody Johnson. Naruto Baker says hi with all the check marks. Matthew says, hello, priest. We got Nick Havoc. We got the voice in the water. We got Hypnotic and Rapture. We got Draconic over on Rumble. We got Dragon. We got Marius. We got Magni32. We got Frenchio7. We got the legend Fluffy Murder Machine. What's up, Fluffy? How you doing? We got more dots, more dots, more dots. We got Yamato85. Radio Chimp. T-Vol Gaming. Commander Sonok, the legend. We got Midnight Mike. We got Beautiful Zexel. We got Romanizer24. We got Letty Home over on Rumble. We got Amplify the Signal over on Rumble. I'm not here right now, so don't call on me. Oh, well. Oops. Oops. We got Adam Juman over on Rumble. We got Faye. What's up, Faye? We got Joseph. How you doing? We got Artful Gamer. We got 17 Crash. What's up, 17 Crash? How you doing, man? We got Rodoka. We got Mr. Melancholy. Genetic Spore over on Rumble. Ron DFK. We got Oliver Adam. Crash Collins on Rumble. We got Codex Pop. ESP Reviews. We got Old Man Cad. King Demon Wing. Jay Sims. We got Deku Leader. We got Dragatello. Phil Espa. Seabrew 1138. We got Blue Octopussy. Almost Chris. No, it's not. No, it's not. Stop lying to yourself. It is not even close to being Christmas. What are we doing? Jason Alator. We got Kayachu. Ali Kusanagi. We got Future Over You. We got Diet Spam. We got on Rumble. We got Low KC420 on Rumble. We got Suck My Dick. All right, boys. 4 more people. 4 more people. We got to get on with the show, man. 4 more people. We got Danku Orange 23. We got Triple J Jr. We got Weeping Angel. Fuck this chat. Don't say my name. Whoops. We got Lionheart Cowboy. We got the Damazil. We got Odin Dark. We got Chief Danye, the legend. Connor Girardi. What's up, dude? Vigilante up. Lucky Boy. Sir Spamalon. Anubis Hentai Hades. What's up, dude? Dark to Nave. We got 2K GameCuber. Muppet Show. Radoka. Branford. And last but not least, we got Peaches and Cream. We got Dragonite over on Rumble. We got Aloof Liberty. Dr. fucking Spike. An absolute legend, man. Jesus Christ. And Speedy Cake. And Shinigami Red. And Streak of Emerald. And we got Nightmare 13th. All right, guys. I called out as many people as I possibly could. Let's sacrifice your fellow Bigot Army member. And let's see who's going to get this absolutely insane money shot today. This one's going to be a banger. Because we were at tier 2 before the stream literally even started. So this one is going to be massive. So who's going to get it? It is powered by every single membership that we got during the pre-stream Legends. So let's see who's going to get it, boys. You got Old Man Cad saying booty hole protected by the shield of the Primarch because he protects all. Go down by 9. Obliterating all protections with World Titans and the entire Legion of the Adeptus Custodes. The Emperor protects. Middle finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Holy shit.
Peaches and cream. Peaches and cream. Immediately. You know, it's crazy, man. All she was trying to do is just to remind you to like the stream. That's literally all she was trying to do. And then Old Man Cad decides to want to ruin it all. God damn it. Old Man Cad he's becoming a sniper. Old Man Cad is becoming a sniper, man. I'm telling you, you got to be careful with him. This is mod on mod violence. You guys realize that, right? Mod on mod violence is insane. Congratulations to Peaches and Cream. You are the recipient of the money shot today.
What the?
Like the stream, boys. Like the stream. All right, guys, listen, we got a lot we got to talk about today. Sincerely, we have a lot we got to talk about today. So we're going to try to hurry up to our, best ability and get to everything, man. We got like 3 main topics that we got to talk about today. Okay. We're going to be talking about Square Enix and their massive layoffs. That's obviously number 1. Okay. They fired over 100 people, with the majority of it being Western developers, people who were obviously not part of their Japanese sector. Very interesting stuff. We're going to talk about it. We're also going to talk about Ubisoft's insane level of cope. Okay. Ubisoft's unbelievable level of cope, where they're trying to tell their journalist friends, because, they love their journalist friends. They love their shills. They're trying to tell them that they won over the Chuds, and that the best way to get back at the Chuds is to not engage with them, and then everybody will forget, kind of a thing. Well, we didn't forget. So we're going to talk about it, because last I checked, it's not winning when you have to sell your soul to Tencent and give them 25% ownership of your most popular IPs. But, hey, who's keeping track? Because I'm not keeping track, right? So we'll talk about that as well. And then we're going to talk about the elephant in the room. There's 2 of them, okay? Number 1, Grand Theft Auto 6 being delayed until November of 2026. We got to talk about it. We also got to talk about an update to the story of the union firings. We have a pretty much confirmed leak from an inside employee that made a post that the journalists are currently spreading around right now, talking about what really went down and why these people were fired from Rockstar or Take-Two, or however you want to really, however you want to look at it. We got to follow up to all of that information, which is very, very curious stuff. Of course, we got fast topics. We got funny videos to go over. We got all kinds of nonsense to go over. But before we do any of that, we need to do the number 2 segment on YouTube. And you know what's bad about this? Because the retard of the day is somebody who is a known unofficial moderator. And you guys sincerely, like, once you realize what the topic of this retard of the day is, you guys are going to realize just how fucking insane that he's probably going right now because of what just went down in the pre-streams. But anyway, we're yeah, oh no is right. We're going to go over the number 2 segment on YouTube, the number 2 segment on Rumble, the number 2 segment all around the galaxy. This segment is none other than the retard of the day.
And here we are. The fate of the planet is in the hands of a bunch of retards I wouldn't trust with a potato gun.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The retard of the day. So let me give you a little context and backstory really quick as to why I am bringing up Nick Calandra from Second Wind as the retard of the day for today, okay? So as I was editing videos, okay, here's a little context. As I was editing videos, I tend to watch YouTube videos while I'm editing, right? Everybody knows this. Or I watch live streams while I'm editing, whatever. So as I was editing videos earlier today, I look at the homepage and it's filled with Arc Raiders content, okay? Like my homepage right now on YouTube is filled with Arc Raiders content. I'm getting recommended a whole bunch of channels that is either streaming Arc Raiders, talking about Arc Raiders, whatever, right? So in this particular instance, I happened to notice that I got recommended Second Wind because they were talking about Arc Raiders. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. Let's see what they got to say. I'm just curious. I'm also curious, because these people watch me literally all the time. I never watch these people. I don't even know why I got recommended their channel. It has to be because of Arc Raiders, because I've been watching that like nonstop lately. But anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. So I ended up clicking the stream. And when I clicked the stream, I couldn't help but notice two things. Two things that are very, very important to the conversation at hand right now. Number one, they have 501,000 subscribers. You probably can't see it because my picture's in the way. Hold on. There you go. They got 501,000 subscribers, right? 501,000. That's a lot. That's a lot. So the first thing I thought when I looked at it, I'm like, you guys have 501,000 subscribers, and you're worried about what the Chuds are doing? You're worried about how much we're making? You're worried about how much you're constantly talking about our fucking money. You're constantly talking about our viewership and how stupid our viewers are and all that kind of shit. You know, how we stream to the lowest of the lowest IQ and all that fucking nonsense. Right? So I was like, oh, okay, 501,000. Why are you so worried about what we're doing every single day? I don't get it. What is it that makes you worry about what we do every day? And then I happened to scroll down and I realized, wait a second. There's 26 likes on this stream. There's 26 likes on this stream. They were streaming to 130 people. They were streaming to 130 people.
Holy shit.
They were streaming to 130 people with 501,000 subscribers. That is 400,000 more subscribers than I have. And they were streaming to 130 people. So then it all started to make sense. It all started to click. And I was like, oh, this has to be it, right? Like, this has to be it. Now, I know they have a very successful Patreon. So naturally, having a very successful Patreon, you're not going to have any sort of like funding goal on your streams, right? Because you're going to get all your money from your Patreon, right? You make like $40,000 a month on your Patreon that you have to split between 6 to 8 people, right? So surely you're not going to have any kind of goal on your streams, right? Because that would be kind of grifty, right? According to your logic. Well, apparently not. They had a goal on their stream for the entire month of November. And this is where the context comes into play and why it is so important that we are now all going to celebrate the pre-stream legends in like 2 minutes. They had a goal for the entirety of November. It is now 6 days into November, and they have so far made $64.53 with 22 days to go.
Holy shit.
Once I saw this, coupled with the 130 viewers, it all started to make sense. It all legitimately started to make sense, right? You start to put the pieces together. You start to understand why they can't seem to stop fucking talking about you. Even though you don't watch their content, you never mention them on Twitter. You never talked about, I haven't talked about these people in over a year. But it's just amazing that I was recommended their stream today and I happened to click on it and I saw all of this stuff and then I realized this makes a lot of fucking sense, right? So now you guys understand why we have unofficial moderators. Now you guys understand why they can't seem to stop talking about money and they can't seem to stop talking about views and attacking my viewers and attacking other people's viewers and calling you guys low IQ and all this fucking nonsense. You start to understand and it starts to piece together why they actually do this. And it's the same thing that I've always said from the moment these people have even opened their fucking mouths. It is all from envy. Every single bit of it is from envy. Literally. Every single bit is envy. So the next time these people talk about grifters because, because we take super chats and memberships on our streams and stuff, just realize they do the same exact thing. They have a goal. They want $3,500 for the month of November. That's what they want. $3,500 for the month of November. I can start to see why you're probably upset. I can start to see why you count every dollar that I make, and other people too. It's not just me. It's not just me. I can start to see it. So I want to be the first one to say thank you guys for being so amazing to me. Every single day, you guys are sincerely amazing. I honestly, I can't ask for a better community. I really can't. These people watch us every day. They count every fucking dollar. They complain about everybody who watches. They complain about everything. And then have the audacity to project that we complain all the time. Even though we literally spent half of the stream yesterday talking about great games that were super exciting to us. So anyway, love you guys. You guys are awesome. And thank you for not being psychopaths like these retards. With or without super chats, I appreciate you. Sincerely. I really do. You guys are just amazing. Connor Girardi says, hey, do you get more than that? I know that, but I don't give a fuck. Like, that's not the point. I'm not yelling at you. I'm just saying that's not the point. See, for me, again, that's not the point. For them, that's the point. And this is why, like, when I bring it up, I very rarely bring it up. But when I bring it up, it's to counter these retards. Because they don't want to hear that shit. They don't want to hear the reality of it because they know the reality. They're here every day. They're counting every single day. They know. So, but in any case, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you continuing to allow me to provide you with content, live streams that you hopefully enjoy, videos that hopefully get you through your day, and gaming live streams that hopefully help you make a decision in your purchasing process, whatever that may be. I appreciate you. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your retard of the day. And now it's time to get into their favorite segment, ladies and gentlemen, the number one segment on YouTube, the number one segment on Rumble, the number one segment all around the galaxy. This segment is none other than the pre-stream legend.
Money, print money, cash, money, wealth, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, more money, heaps and heaps of money, print money, cash, money, wealth, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, super chat, money.
As salty as the sea, calling us no-code names. SJW screaming, but it's money they blame. Burning with envy, they're falling flat. They can't handle the sound of a super chat.
Fuck, he got another donation. Add it to the total.
We got ourselves the pre-stream legends, ladies and gentlemen, starting us off with King Demon Wing. King Demon Wing starting us off, as always, with a glorious, amazing 5 membership banger.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
And considering that is the first membership banger of the stream, you already know what that means. Shout out to King Demon Wing starting an absolutely insane membership train, the likes of which I haven't seen in a long time. I'm looking at the list right now, and boys, we got 50 membership hyper bangers in there. Two of them. Oh my God. We got 5 membership bangers everywhere, 10 membership bangers everywhere. We got $100 Red Boy Hyper Banger. Oh my God, they're gonna lose their fucking minds, boys. They're gonna lose their fucking. They're gonna lose their fucking minds. Oh my God. Tifa Lockhart with massive titties for $199. Square employees are getting laid off. Anyways, shout out to Tifa Lockhart. Thank you. We got Mr. Melancholy with a 149 super sticker. Thank you, Mr. Melancholy. I appreciate that, brother. And then we got Ali Kusanagi with a 5 membership bang.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
Shout out to Ali Kusanagi. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate the 5 membership banger. And then we got BioT Wolf 19 with a 5. Why did the cranberry blush? It saw the turkey dressing. Fucking BioT Wolf, man. Shout out to you, bro. Dr. Spike with a $100 Red Boy Hyper Banger. And he says, Elf Maidens, to start the show. Ask and you shall receive, my man. Let's go.
All right, boys, we got another Red Boy Hyper Banger. Let's bring the ladies in.
Dr. fucking Spike, man. Dr. Spike, an absolute legend, dude. Holy shit. Thank you for the $100 Red Boy Hyperbanger. I appreciate that, brother. That's insane. He says, bricked. I agree. Great way to start the show, man. Like the stream, boys, if you agree. And then following it up, we got these absolute legends. Look at these guys, man. Chief Danye with a 10 membership mega bet.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
Shout out to Chief Danye. Thank you so much for the 10 membership mega banger. I appreciate that. Followed right after by another legend, Old Man Cad, with a 10 membership mega bet.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
Actually, Old Man Cad, just for you, I got one. I got one just for you.
Hey, yo, Buck, is that what I think it is?
Well, golly, Chuck, it's a membership banger.
I love that one. Shout out to Old Man Cad. Thank you for that, bro. Angels of Destiny with a $4.99. You hear the thieves that stole all the toilets at the police station? Worst part is they left no clues. Now the police have nothing to go on. You would say that. You would say that, sir. Thank you so much. Angels of Destiny with the $4.99. And then we got Gray Soul with a 5 membership.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
Shout out to Gray Soul. Thank you so much for the 5 membership banger. I appreciate that. And then we got Mr. Melancholy with a 2. Well, he explored Pluto B4. GTA 6 gets out at this rate. Honestly, I think we're going to find out the meaning of life before GTA 6 comes out. And I'm okay with that. Old Man Cad drops another 5 membership banger.
Let's get some fucking subs, bitches!
Shout out to Old Man Cad. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that, man. And then Chief Daniel, what are you guys fucking tit for tat over here? You got Chief Daniel and Old Man Cad just parrying each other right now with a 5 membership bet.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
Shout out to Chief Daniel. Thank you so much for the 5 membership banger. Again, look at this. Exactly. Look, again, Old Man Cad. What are we doing? Are we parrying each other right now? Like, what's happening right now?
Hey, yo, Buck, is that what I think it is?
Well, golly, Chuck, it's a membership banger.
Shout out to Old Man Cad. Thank you for the 5 membership banger. And then Chief Daniel. What the fuck? Chief Daniel, literally, bro. Like, okay. What are we doing? Are we having an anime battle? Like, what's going on here?
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
Shout out to Chief Daniel. Thank you so much for the 10 membership mega banger. I appreciate that, man. And then this fucking guy, bro, Dr. Spike. Dr. Spike dropping a 50 membership. Hyper.
Here we go! Mucha lucha, mucha lucha. It's the way of life.
All right, boys, we got another Red Boy Hyper Banger. Let's bring the ladies in.
Dr. Spike, I had to give him elves again. I had to give him elves again, man, for a 50 membership hyper banger. I had to do it. Thank you so much, Dr. Spike. You did not have to, but holy shit, man. That's insane. All these memberships are literally going to drive these people insane. I don't know what else to say. But I do know this. Mr. fucking Rouge followed it up with a...
Here we go! Mucha lucha, mucha lucha. It's the way of life. Mucha lucha.
50 memberships from the legend himself, Mr. Rouge. Emojis in the chat.
Okay, everyone, we got another Red Boy Hyper Banger. Let's bring the ladies in.
Still have gray people in chat. I don't understand. I literally don't. We have a lot of grays. What is going on? Mr. Rouge with the 50 membership hyper banger. Thank you, my good man. Fucking legendary, bro. Insane. I appreciate you, man. Holy shit. And then we got Razagon with a 6 month says, hey, it's Dash. Kate Swinar and John H are both out at Square Enix. Both were woke. John was pretty high up. As a Square fan, I feel hopeful. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to bring it up. Don't worry. I got you. We got Speedy Cake with a $4 super sticker. Thank you to Speedy Cake. I appreciate that. Magdi becoming a member all on his own. Thank you, Magdi. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Then Shizuka Marikawa with a 99 cents. Thank you, Shizuka. I appreciate that. Gray Soul for 4 months. Holy shit. I didn't notice this. I would have probably been the retard of the day, but Nick took it. Shout out to you, man. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Vet Gamer with a 5 says, "What's up? What's up, dude? How you been? Hope everything is good, bro." King of the Pup and Pop, 199. I'm sure love cream on the peaches. Bro, look at that profile picture. Look at that profile picture. Oh my God. Oh my God. No. Peaches and Cream with a 149 super sticker. Shout out to Peaches and Cream. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Then we got Fluffy Murder Machine, another legend with a 5 membership banger.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
Shout out to Fluffy Murder Machine. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Legendary. Absolutely legendary. And then we got Speedy Cake with a $20. Here we go!
Mucha lucha, mucha lucha. It's the way of life. Mucha lucha.
Shout out to Speedy Cake. Says, yesterday I tried to clarify my Battlefield 6 message, but I was just a little bit too late. Basically, I want the devs to allow up to 8 people in the party for joining games, even if they get split into a match into 2 squads. Oh, got it. Got it. Okay. Fair enough. That makes sense. I appreciate the clarification. Thank you, Speedy Cake. Fucking legend, man. Little Jim's Halo with a 5 quote from the Joker. It's not about the money. It's about sending a message. Meme them until they cry. Oh, this is definitely going to, this irks them. You know, like we make the joke about how this actually pisses them off, but the truth is that it does. It does. Like donations come in, like donations come and go. They're amazing. Don't get me wrong. They support the business and everything. That's great, right? But like donations come and go. These people are so fucking obsessed that all they think about is that, which is why when they get on a live stream, they have no energy, no charisma, no nothing. They're fucking boring. When you watch them, I couldn't watch them for longer than 5 minutes. And that's why. Because the entire time they're thinking about money instead of entertaining people and having fun with people. That's their biggest problem. That's always been their biggest problem. You have people who are not made for video format content, who originally were made for written content. Then they lost their jobs doing written content, and then they tried to become YouTubers to make up for it. It's really what it is. Thank you so much, Little Jim's Halo. Then King Demon Wing. King Demon Wing dropping a 20 membership hyperbank.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
Shout out to the legend himself, King Demon Wing, with a 20 membership hyperbanger. Absolutely insane. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Archangelus, 8 months. You work super hard on your streams, and that includes your gaming channel as well. Thanks for being entertaining. It's always appreciated. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I just spent like 4 hours today. I know that's not like a lot. I get that. But that doesn't include the time it took to research the different, like, what do you call it? The different animations and arts that I wanted to use. But I'm in the process of like visually upgrading Griffcast. And I tested out some things today. I got some things I got to fix. I got to fix like the membership bar and everything. But we definitely making some progress. It's been a lot of fun trying to figure out like different ways to make it a little bit more entertaining, a little bit more visually appealing and stuff. So I appreciate that. Thank you for your patience. You know, one-man team here. But thank you. Secret Final Boss with it too. I'm here for Tifa's massive layoffs. Nice. Archangelus with it too. Also try to the moderators that help as well. Oh, I'm sorry. Also, thank you to the moderators that help as well. Yes, to the real moderators. Thank you. They're amazing. Ron DFK with it too. My friend David lost his ID. Now I call him. Oh my God. Now I call him DAV. Oh my god. Insane. Debo with a 5. If you bury someone in the wrong place, you've made a grave mistake. Oh my god, another one. Another one right after. What are the chances? 16-bit dude with $100 Red Boy Hyperbanger. And he says, Latinas, please. Absolutely.
Okay, everyone, we got another Red Boy Hyperbanger. Let's bring the ladies in.
Shout out to 16-bit dude with a $100 Red Boy Hyperbanger. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate that, man. Insane. That is 2 out of 5 for the stream so far. 2 out of 5. That's crazy. I don't think we've ever gotten past 2. That's crazy. Darth Dimos with a 99. Women are the only creatures to defy the laws of gravity. The heavier they are, the easier they are to pick up. Ooh, damn.
Holy shit.
I see what you did there. Nice. Beautiful Sexo with a 5. Keep up the great work. Hypno with your honest and unbiased of the gaming industry and your entertaining personality. Don't touch the turkey, by the way. I agree. Don't fucking touch it.
Do not touch the fucking turkey!
Don't do it. Don't do it. Mikey for 10 months. Yo, fuck Megabonk. Got 183,000 kills just to get shit on by ghosts. Wasn't cool. Bro, that's how those survivor style games work, man. You'll get all overpowered and shit. You think you're untouchable, and then all of a sudden, dead. It happened to me with Galactic Survivor last night. I had 3 weapons that were level 18 with all the overclocks. It was just pure decimation. And then I got to like alien threat level, I don't know, 15 or something. I got fucking wrecked. Sadly. Happens to us all. Dr. Spike upgraded his membership to become a general.
It's the way of life!
Shout out to Dr. Spike. I appreciate that. And then we got Dark Tinave. I still can't say this. For 6 months, the sound of silence for those wokies. R.I.P. to them. R.I.P. to... Whoa. Yeah, R.I.P. to them. Thank you for 6 months, brother. I appreciate that, man. Holy fuck, 16-bit dude. That is 3 out of 5. That is 3 out of 5. A new record, I think. 16-bit dude, $100 Red Boy Hyperbanger. And he wants the blondes. We haven't seen them in a while. Let's do it.
Oh my god. It's a fucking Red Boy Hyperbanger.
We fucking love Red Boy Hyperbangers. Thank you, Bigot Army.
Makes that clip. I don't care what anybody says. The music makes that clip. Fight me. Fight me up that one. 16-bit dude. Thank you, brother. Holy shit, man. I appreciate that. Absolutely insane, bro. Thank you. 3 out of 5 is crazy, bro. And then we got Rudoka with a 222. Says 222. You bastard. You made me repeat that. Thank you. We got Saw on the Leash with an ARS 100. How dare you bounce off ideas to your audience and not pretend to preach the correct idea? Truly an abominable grift. Please save us, Access Media. Ain't it true? Ain't it fucking true, bro? I'm telling you, man. The shit that these people make up is wild, bro. It's wild. And then they wanna like stalk you for it. They want to hate on you. They want to send their little minions after you to try to ruin your life and shit. And you just gotta keep laughing at them, bro. You just gotta keep laughing. The projection is wild. Dude, there is no way. Number 4, Dr. Spike with a $100 Red Boy Hyperbanger. He says more elf maidens. Bro, this guy loves the elf clip. And I can't blame him because the elf clip is probably my favorite one too. Dr. Spike, number 4 out of 5. The absolute fucking legend, bro. Let's go.
All right, boys, we got another Red Boy Hyperbanger. Let's bring the ladies in.
Dr. Spike with the number 4 Red Boy for the evening. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that, man. Fucking legendary. And then right after that, I honestly, at this point, I genuinely don't know what's happening. I don't. I really don't. Mr. Rouge dropped a $200 Red Boy Ultra Hyperbanger. And he says, here's number 4 and 5, your picks. But little did he know, this is number 5 and 6. We actually hit 6 out of 5. A first. An absolute first. Holy shit. Hypnotic, the pocket watch, are coping and seething. Oh, dude, they are like this 10 times
Fuck,
over.
you got another donation. Add it to the total. Sigh.
They're absolutely like that right now. Mr. Rouge, for you, my man. I'm going to play the clips that haven't been played yet to keep it nice and fair. Let's do it.
Oh my god, it's a Red Boy Hyperbanger.
bitches! Let's bring the ladies in!
God damn, boys. Mr. Rouge with a $200 Red Boy Hyperbanger. Absolutely insane, my brother. Thank you so much for getting us to 6 out of 5 on the Red Boy goal. The confetti went everywhere in the chat. Insane, guys. Insane. I really don't know what to say, man. Shout out to you guys, man. Sincerely. Oh my God. Scrap Gamer with a 5. You're complaining about Megapong? Try playing to the final of Risk and Rain 2 only to get gonked as a soldier from Team Fortress 2. Yeah, I'm sure there are much worse situations. I'm sure there are. But it still sucks. Shizuka Marikawa for a 189 says 189 for a 189 for a 189 for a 189 for a 189. I hate you. Benjamin with a 5. AI idea. Little Kata summoning Foot God Kata as his stand to fight. Hypno's dog, I guess. That's a good idea. I could definitely explore that, Benjamin. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. And with that, we are fully caught up on YouTube. Holy shit. Let's go over to Rumble. Let's go over to Rumble. You say, I think I missed one. Wait, what? Did I miss one? No. No, I did not. Don't lie. DJ Kotick with a membership over on Rumble. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Legend. And then let's scroll down. Deadeye's Lock with $1, not even a day after winning and broke rip-off artist Mamdani already begging for money faster than DSP's fail streams. I saw that. Pretty fucking sad. He was like, remember when I said, don't send me any more money? Well, we need your money. Unbelievable. Anybody with a brain could have seen that coming. Gray the Merchant with $1. Cook the turkey. I'm a sniper duck. What do you all expect? Loving duck off. Farmtown is my favorite area to die. Challenges me to survive a whole day. Spider bots are my bitch now. Finally, AP rounds. Dude, I'm so scared of spider bots. I immediately run away. I don't even bother. Like, I immediately run away. We got... Why is it not popping up? There he goes. Hypno's dog with a 2. 2 pounds, 2 pounds, 2 pounds, 2 pounds, 2 pounds, 2 poop. Shout out to Hypno's dog. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are fully caught up. Mods, do we have any idea what that was in terms of pre-stream legends? Do we have any clue? I'm curious what the number is because I just want to compare it to Second Win so I can laugh at them for a second. No pun intended. In the meantime, we are going to finally get into the topics, ladies and gentlemen. Smash AT is saying jump in the pool. I'm not jumping in the fucking pool, Smash. All right? I'm not jumping in the pool. You bastard. Let's get into the content, ladies and gentlemen. First things first, we got ourselves a pretty sad video that I wanted to look at, okay? And we're doing every topic. I don't care if I'm overextended, even though I wanted to do a Arc Raider stream tonight. So and I might get Kata to join. I don't know if Atreus might join. I have no idea. Smash doesn't play games. But let's get through these, man. Let's get through the topics. Mods, let me know where we're at in the meantime. So I saw this video going around on social media, and I got to be honest with you. At first I laughed. Okay? At first I laughed. But then as I started to get through the video, I'm not going to lie to you, I legitimately got sad. Like, I'm actually not going to lie to you. I legitimately got sad. But I will admit, at first I did laugh because the whole like Joker makeup and shit, I did laugh at first. This video is the quintessential culmination of everything that's wrong in this fucking country and just how brainwashed a lot of the younger people are, especially women. It's really bad, guys. It's really bad to the point where you could see someone like this person who is clearly not happy on the inside, but it is somehow everybody else's fault as to the reason why, and not. Let me just show you. Let me just show you. It really is sad. I'm not even kidding. It might be funny at first, but I actually don't think it's funny. Check this out.
Eat the rich. Did you eat them? Did you eat the rich? How'd it taste?
It's stale.
How did it taste?
Stale.
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 Who would be your favorite rich person to eat?
My favorite rich person to eat, probably Elon Musk.
And do you think he's a negative for society, Elon Musk?
Yeah, I do. I do. He just uses his money and tosses it around.
What do you think would happen if we got rid of all billionaires here in the United States?
I think we would have more to eat.
More to eat?
Yeah.
What do you think would happen to a lot of the jobs here in the United States?
If all the billionaires were gone, I think we would all have better wages.
Bro. Oh my God, man. You know, and so it was at this moment right here. So up till this part is when I was laughing. And then the moment she said, if all the billionaires went away, I think we would have better wages. That's what I realized. Like, this is actually really sad. This is like beyond sad. And that's when the whole, I don't know, my whole reaction to this video just completely changed, because you realize, like, she's not joking. She's actually 100% serious. But anyway, let's continue.
And after Elon Musk, who are you going to eat?
After Elon Musk.
Funny how the only billionaire that she knows is Elon Musk. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder why. Could it be because he's the most villainized one and the name that gets put out the most? I'm not surprised.
I was going to say Trump, but he would taste awful. Not sure. There's plenty to choose from. I'll look at the list later.
Do you think any billionaires help fund some of these organizations here in the United States? Like George Soros, do you think he's a billionaire you'd want to eat?
I'm not opposed to the idea. I mean, if he is up for it, I am. I think it's all about what it means to eat the rich.
Yeah. What if like some of the rich people were like, oh, I'll give you $1 million. Would you take the $1 million from a billionaire?
Would I take $1 million from a billionaire? Sure. I like money. They're not going to make me do shit, but I'll take their money. They take mine.
She doesn't even know who the fuck he's talking about. I would guarantee you she has no idea who George Soros is. And the funny thing is, Soros is the one that funds all this. Isn't that the hilarious part about all this? She doesn't have a fucking clue. The only billionaires that she knows of is the ones that she was taught to villainize. That's it. That's the only one she knows. Otherwise, she has no idea.
So you'd like some free stuff from the billionaires?
If they're handing it out, I'm not going to say no. But I'm not
So you'll take the free stuff from the billionaires, but you want to eat the rich. Come on, bro.
going to ask.
Awesome. I'll let you get back to the protest. I just thought the outfit was nice. And your pronouns are he, him?
That's right.
Awesome. What were you born?
What was I born? Oh, I was born biologically female.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And how does that transition go? Do you feel like there's at what age did you decide you want to become he, him?
What was that?
At what age did you decide you want to become he, him?
I guess I committed to it when I was 20.
So she committed to the he-him ideology when she entered college. Wow. Consider me shocked. My mind is blown. Shocked.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Do you feel like life's more peaceful for you now, or do you feel happier now?
I'm more content with myself, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you feel that way.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Have a great rest of your day today.
And you.
God bless you.
Oh my God, man. Again, guys, at first the video was funny, but then once it got to, around this part, it turned from funny to extremely sad, and I could not help but feel bad. And I'm sure the wokies out there, in the world, they're going to say, we don't want you to feel bad. You fucking chud and this and that or whatever. But bro, you really think this girl goes home and is happy with life? You really think she goes home and looks in the mirror and is genuinely smiling? Probably not. And that's what's really the most sad. Because you can kind of see the level of lost in her eyes, that she is just literally saying everything that was told for her to say. It is fucking sad, bro. It is sad. So I just wanted to share this video to, remind people that, remind people that colleges are an interesting place. Let's just say that colleges, in the entire chat's like, we could fix her. Hey, you're more than welcome to. I'm good, but you can have at it. You can have at it. Smash says she goes home and moderates for Reddit. Probably. She probably does. And again, the whole like, oh, eat the rich, but then I'll take free stuff from the billionaires. Yeah, that's all I need to know. Anyway, moving on. Let's cover some games really quick. I got a couple of indie games that I want to showcase to you guys. This one's called Curse Bearers. I'm sorry, not Curse Bearers. This one's called The Last Faith. It's a gothic Souls-like Metroidvania. I want to showcase this to you because I thought it looked pretty cool. Let's see what we got going on here. Get a little bit of a cleansing going on from whatever the fuck we just saw before. Really quick trailer. I absolutely love the art style. I think it looks so good. Lately, we've been seeing a lot of indie games with this kind of an art style, and I am all for it when it's done properly. And the animation of this looks really good. Everything looks put together nicely, and it seems like it's pretty violent too. Like I think he beheaded someone here. Pretty fucking cool. I like it. So I wishlisted this. Can't wait to check out more of that. We got another game we're gonna check out. This one here is a indie psychological survival horror game where apparently you are a guitar and the world is filled with music stylized and surreal with a heavy narrative experience. Curious about this. Let's check this out.
Oh, don't look so frightened, my boy. You've come to a rather difficult passage, I'm afraid. The object of your desire is just ahead. Oh, and Fred, she knows you're here. Now run along.
Oh, shit. That was fucking awesome. That was awesome. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of The Midnight Walk. The Midnight Walk is one of the better, again, I wouldn't necessarily call it a horror game. I would call it light horror, but more of like Nightmare Before Christmas, but actually has some scary moments. That kind of style. This is what this reminds me of. And The Midnight Walk was an awesome game. I still can't believe the ending. The ending was like super sad, in my opinion. But this one looks like a similar concept, but with music, which is something that you don't normally see. So I'm very curious how this would play out. So I wanted to showcase that to you. And I also got one more that I want to showcase to you. This one's called Industria, which apparently is a slow-paced survival horror FPS with I'll just show it to you. I'll just show it to you. Check this out. This is called Industria 2.
I can show you the way if you help me arrive there in one piece.
Deal.
Nora, what was Atlas made for in the first place? Before it became this?
It was a sorting algorithm meant to scrape the universe base layer for data. I mean, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dimensions.
I guess it didn't stay that way.
Almost reminds me of Half-Life a little bit with the way everything's designed. Yeah, this one looks really cool, man. This one's called Industria 2. I don't know if there's a previous one. I gotta imagine there is. Never heard of it up until now. Definitely something to check out. You want to know what the previous game is? I X'd it out. Shit. I would have to find it in my bookmarks. Fuck. I'll find it. When I find it, I'll let you know. Rewind the stream. I think I said it. Rewind the stream. It should be there. Okay. You beat the first one? Oh, I gotta look into it. Industrial looks really cool. All right. Moving on. We got first fast topic for the evening. This one comes from Pirate Nation. This was sent to me to talk about. Pirate Nation says Japanese government may pressure platform holders to stop censorship of Japanese games. Now, obviously, this is something that has been happening for a while recently, with Japanese games being the target of censorship. Obviously, people, you see all kinds of nonsense happening with Japanese games. Male and female being removed. You have localizers that are changing stories that have to do with males that are cross-dressers and turning them into trans people because Western ideology says so. All this kind of bullshit happening with Japanese games. But apparently, the Japanese Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry held its 8th Entertainment and Creative Industrial Policy Seminar, during which it proposed 5 key principles of its new policy guidelines for the Japanese content industry, including video games, anime, manga, film, and music. As reported by Otaku Soken, the new guidelines have been announced as part of the strategy to achieve the government's goal of expanding the overseas market size for domestic content to 20 trillion yen by 2033. This comes only a month after the Japan Business Federation issued an urgent message calling on the government to provide immediate large-scale and long-term support for the country's content industry. You didn't say the game name, sir, because I didn't remember. I can't go back right now, old man cat. I gotta run the show. I think Smash might have said the name in the chat. I think if I saw it correctly, I think it was The Last Faith or something like that. I'm pretty sure it was The Last Faith. So look that up. The 5 key principles of the entertainment and creative industries policy are listed as follows: large-scale, long-term strategic support efforts to spread Japan-made content to the world. No interference in the content of creative works. That's a big one. That is a big one. Provide direct support. Prioritize those willing to take on a challenge. Right? So that is a big one, right? No interference in the content of creative works is a big one. And I hope that this actually goes through, and I hope that it happens, because again, as somebody who collects Japanese media, I collect manga. Obviously, you guys know that. Censorship and localization problems are a huge issue that affects a lot of this media now more than ever. And it's because Western media has become so stagnated and just overall cookie cutter, where Japanese content obviously is a lot more adult, a lot more extreme in some ways. The West no likey that. The West wants all the popularity of Japanese content without any of the stuff that actually makes it popular. Even when it comes to like fan service and whatnot, they don't want any of that, right? And yeah, I agree, Yamato. Anime, this basically happened when anime became mainstream, because anime was always big, but it's never been as big as it is now. It is light years ahead of where it was, not even just 5 years ago, 6 years ago. So, Hypnotic, you never said the name. I thought it was The Last Faith. Anyway, the name's in the chat. It's a huge problem. So, hopefully this does happen. And if it does, that's going to be an exciting time. And I'm sure the localizers are going to be very angry about that. This is an interesting story. One of my favorite games of all time. Sincerely, I mean this. One of my favorite games of all time, and maybe you guys can connect with me on this, is Dante's Inferno. Okay? Dante's Inferno is one of my favorite games of all time. A couple of months ago, we talked about the potential of what a Dante's Inferno remake would look like if they were to ever do one. Well, apparently there was a sequel that was planned for Dante's Inferno 2 that never saw the light of day. And apparently now, the screenshots and the entire storyline have been leaked. Now, obviously, I'm not going to showcase this to you guys because I don't want to get copyright struck by whoever's in charge of this shit. What I will do is link it in the chat. So if you want to look at it later, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to link this article in the chat right now, both on YouTube and Rumble. You can save it, bookmark it, and you can go look at it in your free time to see what Dante's Inferno 2 would have looked like and what the story would have been like. But apparently it's not going to be coming to fruition, unfortunately. But I would have loved to see it. Yeah, they leaked it. Yeah, it tends to happen after a few years or whatever. They tend to leak this shit. So definitely consider go checking that out if you want to learn more about that. I just wanted to give you a heads up because, well, it's, again, one of my favorite games of all fucking time, man. Dante's Inferno is so unbelievably badass. Unbelievably badass. At a time when you had your God of War games and Dante Inferno, these games are so amazing. So much fun. Someone needs to buy the IP and revive it. I agree, as long as they do it the right way. Although chances are they would probably try to turn it into a Souls-like game. Or they would try to turn it into something that mimics God of War, the way that God of War is now, not the way that it used to be. Because it already kind of mimicked the way God of War was when it used to be. So, you never played Dante's Inferno? You should. You absolutely should. Dante's Inferno is such a good game. And it's, you know what's crazy? It's so simple. It's so simple in terms of concept and in terms of like story, but it's good. It is good. Like, it's actually a really good. It just overall works really well. So definitely check that out. On another good note, Arc Raiders is officially the highest rated multiplayer shooter in almost a decade, which is absolutely insane. And again, like I mentioned earlier in the stream, I've been watching a lot of Arc Raiders content because I just don't have enough time to play, sadly. So I'm trying to learn about the different, because there's a lot of strategy to the game, a lot, right? I didn't even know that these machines were weak against certain elements of damage and all. Like, I had no idea. So I've been watching a lot of videos to learn about it. And apparently, again, the game is super popular. People are enjoying it big time. Myself, I'm enjoying it big time. I wish I could play it more, but I just can't right now. But it is officially the highest rated multiplayer shooter in almost a decade, which is saying a lot, considering that you have your Call of Duties, you have your Helldivers, you have your Battlefields, all this stuff. It's crazy. Demon Carroll says you hunt the players, not the bots. Listen, Demon Carroll, I kill everything, okay? I kill everything. Although, fun fact, earlier today, I did a run in Arc Raiders, right? I wish I streamed it because it would have been hilarious. I did a run in Arc Raiders, and I crafted a weapon because I had died, right? I crafted a weapon, and I crafted ammo, and I went out, only for me to not realize that I had went out and not put any ammo in my inventory. So I'm like, I'm cooked. I'm absolutely cooked. So I'm running around trying to find ammo. I'm finding ammo for everything other than what I need. I'm finding heavy ammo, medium ammo. I need light ammo. Can't find it. So I go like almost 20 fucking minutes. I'm somehow surviving with a hammer. 20 minutes, no ammo. And I'm like, bro, let me not push my luck. Let me just run to an extraction point. So I ran to an extraction point, finally get there, and someone's there. And I shit you not, we just look at each other. We just look at each other. He's on the opposite side. I'm looking at him with my hammer in my hand, hoping that he doesn't realize that I have no fucking ammo. Mind you, he has his gun in his hand, ready to go. And we're both just waiting for the elevator. We go inside, and I'm like, all right, this is it. This is when my luck runs out. But then we both actually extract, and everything's good. So I managed to do a 20-minute run in Arc Raiders with no ammo the entire time. And I was like, bro, I wish I fucking streamed that, because that would have been amazing content. But unfortunately, I did it. So that's just what it is. But it was yeah, bro, I was sweating. I was like, fuck, don't kill me, man. Don't kill me. I've been going the whole time with no ammo, man. I can't do nothing. Don't do it. But it was a great time. So we're probably going to be streaming it tonight. Obviously, we're going to be doing Hypnocast a little bit longer because, well, we had an insane pre-stream Legends. But if I'm able to, I would like to stream tonight and do a stream with, either Kata, Atreus, or whoever. Probably not Cassie, because Cassie's doing Twilight Zone of Gaming, so she's going to be streaming for like 20 years. So by the time she's done, I'll be dead, But it was a great time. It was a great time. You almost pulled the Smash JT moment, but you made it through. Yeah. Well, no, that's not true. What are you talking about? Pulling a Smash JT moment means I would have never booted up the game to begin with. Obviously. Come on. What are we talking about? Next one on the docket. Guys, can we talk about this? So this was initially going to be the retard of the day. This was going to be the retard of the day, okay? But then I decided to make Nick Calandra the retard of the day because, well, I just thought it was funnier. But this was going to be a retard of the day as well. I don't know if you guys realized, but there is a certain someone who is going viral right now on social media, and not for good reasons, okay? Who is going viral right now for being an idiot? Well, none other than David Jaffe.
Right, but you're giving an opinion on an article with a headline that's inflammatory. So the fact that you're giving an opinion on what's on screen,
Did I focus on the inflammatory nature of the headline?
Well, can I assume that everything in this article you would agree with?
You shouldn't assume. It makes an ass out of yourself and me.
Okay, so then
David Jaffe is going viral right now. Okay. And you know what? There is such a level of irony here. It is honestly unbelievable. And the reason why I say that is because David Jaffe, the moral arbiter, David Jaffe, the one who gets angry when you make a trans joke, David Jaffe, the one who did not like McDuggins because he considered that to be an insult to trans people, even though McDuggins is a perfectly legal character that you were able to make in Dragon Age the Veilguard, and if they didn't want me to make it, well, BioWare shouldn't have allowed me to do it. David Jaffe, the one who would literally get his fucking panties in a twist if you even remotely make a fucking trans joke. And he would try to make you feel like shit and call you a horrible person and call you everything under the fucking sun. David Jaffe is going viral right now because this fucking genius decided to quote tweet somebody who is saying goodbye to his dad who just died. He said, "Dad, you bought me my first Xbox. If it wasn't for you, I would have never fallen in love with the game. Next week, I get to compete in the race to master Prestige for Black Ops 7. I brought 2 controllers so you could play along from up there." Very nice sentiment. Very nice sentiment. You know what David fucking Jaffe, the moral arbiter, said? This is an Xbox. Bro! You can never, ever say anything about someone else's fucking like jokes ever again. You can never do that ever again. Sincerely. While I can admit that there is a slight comedy here, the simple truth is that there is a time and there is a place. You literally quoted the guy like his dad just got buried. There is a time and a place. And you're the guy who's going to play moral fucking arbiter? You're the guy who's going to get angry because people make fucking trans suicide jokes? You're the guy? Are you serious right now? This is why I don't take these fucking people seriously, bro. This is why. And then the crazy thing is that he's doubling down on it, obviously. You know, he's doubling down on it. And he said the following. He said, "Oh, shut the fuck up, you fucking babies. Keep in mind, this is the guy who rubs his nipples and pinches them in anger when somebody makes a trans joke. Keep that in mind, okay?" He says, "My parents are dead as well. It sucks. And even when they died, my dad died on Halloween. And you can bet we laughed about it. We tried to accept and grieve and mourn. And at the same time, we didn't become a bunch of overly seriously assholes." Says the guy, oh my God, I don't know how many times I have to say this. Says the guy who literally is an overly serious asshole. You only allow jokes if you deem them to be okay. But the moment somebody makes a joke about something that's a little bit too close to home for you, you want to get your fucking panties in a twist, and you want to pretend like you are the moral superiority. You want a moral over everybody. Fuck off with that shit, bro. Again, I'm an advocate for you should be allowed to joke about anything. I've said this since the beginning. I've literally said this since the beginning. You are the one that said that there are certain things you shouldn't joke about. So now I get to sit here and say, well, maybe you probably should have joked about this too soon. This might be a little bit too soon to joke about. You know what I'm saying? But these people, they're like, you know, if it's something that's close to them, oh, you can't do that. Oh, that's not allowed. You can't do that, you moral grandstanding fucking pathetic loser. You can't do that. Oh, but I can make a joke that your father was just buried and I'm going to call his grave an Xbox. Like, oh my God, dude. Dude, who are you? Oh my God, bro. So he's going to gaslight people, obviously, because when David Jaffe gets caught being a retard, he will go on the utmost extreme to gaslight, double down, triple down. Very rarely would he apologize. He'll tell you he apologizes, but you very rarely ever hear it. Right? And then, again, it's like he's the person who said the things he said about Vera Dark. He's the person who made this joke. But he is also the person that will shit on you if you make a joke about trans people. So again, ladies and gentlemen, when I said he was going to be the retard of the day, this is why. Okay? I don't care, bro. A joke's a joke. Me personally, I don't give a fuck. The joke is not the thing that I have the problem with. Some people are going to have a problem with it. Actually, a lot of people have a problem with it. And that's okay. You know who David Jaffe is? David Jaffe is the one who came after me and Ryan Rogerathe for Ryan's joke about the Spear Chucker Studio nonsense. He tried to moral superiority on us for that joke. And then he's over here calling someone's grave an Xbox. You got to be fucking kidding me. You got to be kidding me, bro. There ain't no way. There is no way that this is you right now. I refuse. I refuse. But this is what it is, bro. And it's because, listen, it's all about perception of virtue. It's not about actually being virtuous, okay? So they're out here trying to have the perception of virtue. They want to convince everybody that they are indeed virtuous. But the truth is that they're not. They're just as dirty as everyone else. But they don't want to admit it. They don't want to admit it. They want to convince everybody that they would never be like the Chuds. They will never be down and dirty like the rest of us silly YouTubers, right? They don't want to admit that. But the truth is that they are. And every once in a while, it fucking slips and the mask comes off. So congratulations, David Jaffe. You're a Chud just like the rest of us. Embrace it. Embrace it. You did a dark joke. We also did a dark joke. The fuck? Yours is actually worse, in my opinion. Because at least with Ryan calling it that kind of a studio, I know you never played the game, you jackass. But I don't know if you're aware, but in Tales of Kazera Zao, because I actually beat the game, half of the abilities that the fucking character has is throwing spears. Oh my God, these people are so frustrating. This is why I don't bother with them anymore. I legit didn't even know about this until I was looking through Insider Gaming and checking out the stories for the day. And I happened to see this story. And I was like, there's no fucking way. Because at first, they don't even mention David Jaffe's name. That's how little they even want to mention. Like, they don't want to mention his name. This is an Xbox God of War creator's graveyard joke draws criticism. They don't want to mention his name because he's one of them. That's the hilarious thing. So when I click this article, I'm like, wait a second. Is this who I think it is? There's no way. And then come to find out, I checked Twitter. I realize it's a thing. And I'm like, oh, shit. So he's getting roasted on Twitter right now. He's getting absolutely decimated on Twitter. It is not even funny. I wouldn't be surprised if he deletes it, to be honest with you. I would not be surprised. I haven't checked his page in a long time. Let's see. Let's go check his page. We're already on the topic right now. Let's have some fun. What's this? Sherma the Saturated. Bruh, there is a time for console warring, but for the love of Christ, read the room. Is this regarding his oh yeah. Oh yeah. 200, almost 300,000 views. 532 comments. Oh yeah. That's crazy. It sucks that the default assumption is I am console warring. I am 54 years old. The fuck do I care about console wars? Are you serious? Also, both my parents are dead. And I was making a dumb but fun joke because A, I thought it was funny. And B, I think laughing when faced with sadness is a pretty good medicine. Bro, we literally said the same exact thing when we will make our jokes. By the way, we make fun of everything. All right, we literally make fun of everything on SNH. This is what I tried to tell people during the whole Speargate nonsense. I was like, we make fun of everything. You guys think we're only making fun of black people? No, we make fun of white people. We make fun of Spanish people. We make fun of Asians. We make fun of everybody. People like this told me that that is not allowed. People like this told me that I was a bad person for making jokes like that, even though I didn't even make the fucking spear joke. But I stood by Ryan's right to say it. Same thing that I'm going to stand by David Jaffe's right to say it. But my guy, like, nobody cares if your parents died. You're using your parents' death as a gaslight to fucking deflect from the criticism that you're getting right now. Like, what? What are you doing, bro? What are you doing, man? This is rules for thee, but not for me now. Yeah, screenshot this. Always remember this moment. Oh, I'm never going to forget it. I am never going to forget this moment because this is pure hypocrisy. This is pure hypocrisy. I'm sorry. Again, I have no problem with the joke. I have zero problem with the joke. Other people will, and that's okay. They have every right to have a problem with it. I have no problems with it. I have a problem with your hypocrisy. I have a problem with the hypocrisy around joking about stuff like this. Because now when someone makes a trans joke, I don't want to see you get your panties in a twist. I don't want to see you lose your mind when someone makes a 41% joke. I don't want to see it. Don't bring it this way. Don't bring it this way. Don't give me that energy. I'm going to laugh you out the fucking room. It's fucking insane, bro. Look at this. And before you come at me, losing both parents suck. Both my mom and dad are dead, and I miss them all the time, but I can still laugh about shit that they would have as well. But that's you, bro. That's you. That's your parents. That's your family. You're quote tweeting somebody else in a sentiment moment, literally on the day of his death, his burial, November 5th. November 5th, and then you did it on November 5th? Nah, bro. Nah, bro. That's it. That's it. David Jaffe, you opened up the fucking can of worms. You have given everybody the ability to make any joke that they possibly want to you. Any joke they possibly want with zero remorse whatsoever. And you are never, ever allowed to ever complain or cry about it ever again. If somebody wants to make a joke about trans people in your area, in your vicinity, they have every right to do it. And you need to laugh at it as a dumb joke and never, ever morally superiority complex bullshit over anybody ever again. You've given it all up. That's it. That's it. It's done. It is fucking done. Jesus Christ, man. These people, bro, you gotta be kidding me. I'm telling you, that shit blew my mind. It blew my mind. Again, it goes to show they're just as dirty as the rest of us. And they try to pretend like they're not. Fucking unbelievable. Anyway. Hypno's dog with a 2. I can fix her, dad. Don't worry. No, you can't. Don't do it. Little Jim's Halo with a 2. I'm 23. It is sad how broken their brains are. It's very sad. Peaches and Cream with a 2. Apollo Poop with a face. Is Jaffe. True. Angels of Destiny with a 4.99. Every time Jaffe opens his mouth, I'm left wondering, how is this the guy behind the original God of War? It's because he wasn't afraid to be who he was when he was making God of War. But now he lives in a different time. So all he does is try to push out this perception of virtue whenever he's online. He also tries to convince everybody he's so smart, so intelligent, pushes all this out there in the hopes that people eat it up, totally take him serious. But the truth is that most people watch him only because he was the creative God of War. That's it. That's it. They just want to be able to say they're watching the creative God of War. Hypno's dog with a 5. And the thing is, I could say that. I could say that joke because he said the same thing about Vera Dark. He said the only reason why people watch Vera Dark is because she's hot. So if you could say that, then I could say the only reason people watch you is because you're the creative God of War, and that's the only thing that's been relevant for you for the last, 10 to 15 years. Other than that, what have you done? Twisted Metal? People really only care about God of War. Let's be real. Twisted Metal's awesome. Don't get me wrong. But it's really God of War that most people, especially now with the new God of Wars that you had nothing to do with, it's in people's minds again. So that's why, you know. Hypno's Dog with a 5. I know that 41 out of the 100 of a certain group will not get to know how it's like to grieve someone else in their lives. See? These kind of jokes, open field. Open field. Amazing. Shout out to Hypno's Dog. Thank you, bro. All right. Let's continue. Let's get into... So it wasn't just GTA 6 that was delayed, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra is delayed to late 2026. I'm starting to think there is something a little bit sussy-wussy about these games all being delayed until basically the end of next year, around November. There's a little bit something sus about this, right? And I think it has to do with the PlayStation 6. I really do. I think it has to do with the PlayStation 6. I think what they're doing is they're hoping to sell these games during the holiday season of the last year of the PS5. And then in 2027, I think is when the PlayStation 6 is going to be announced and eventually released. That's what I really think. And then they can re-release the game for PlayStation 6 and allow them to double dip. That's what I really think is happening here. You know, and that's kind of going to tie into the whole Grand Theft Auto 6 story. But something is going on here, right? Deco Leader says, welcome to the gaming crash. Yeah, I mean, again, maybe, but something's going on. Let me scroll down. At Skydance Games, our goal is to deliver unforgettable premium games that honor the characters and worlds we're fortunate to work with. Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra is an ambitious project, and we are committed to ensuring it meets the level of quality that our team players and fans expect. To fully realize our vision for Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra, we've made the decision to shift our release window beyond early 2026. We're grateful for the passion and support from the community and players around the world. The team is working hard to create something truly special, and we look forward to sharing more with you as development progresses. I also think outside of like the whole install base maximized at the end of next year and, you know, PlayStation's 6 releasing in 2027. I think what it is too is that all these layoffs that are happening in the industry right now, everybody's being laid off is being replaced with AI. I think a lot of these studios are in the learning process of how to implement AI into their daily routine. So they're delaying their games to take extra time to learn how to utilize AI to then basically either bolster their projects or, you know, for all intents and purposes, probably make them worse. But I think that these studios are all right now in a learning process with AI as a technology, in my opinion. So probably taking training courses, trying to figure out what they could do to, you know, utilize AI better. I think that plays into a lot of it as well. So because they want to have the AI mastered before PlayStation 6, right? Like, I feel like that makes sense. They want to have utilizing AI mastered before the next console generation, because they want to go into the next console generation without any, you know, having to worry about much of anything. So I wouldn't be surprised if AI is going to be used in Grand Theft Auto 6 as well, you know? But the thing about Grand Theft Auto 6 is that it has such an obscene budget. It has almost $2 billion of a budget. So there's no excuse for a lack of quality when it comes to Grand Theft Auto 6. If you're using AI to save a penny, when you got a $2 billion budget, what the fuck are you doing? You know? But for the smaller games or games like this, yeah, I could see them utilizing AI. So we'll see. Clarking says AI bubble will pop and shit will hit the fan. Yeah, probably. Probably. Considering they fired so many people to replace them with AI. Again, we had, like, for tech and gaming, we had well over 30,000 layoffs this year. I think over 40 this year. If you include the tech side of things. If you include only gaming, it's probably over 20,000. You know? Maybe slightly above 25,000. It's a crazy fucking number. So that game got delayed. We'll skip the World of Warcraft story. It's not really that important. World of Warcraft, by the way, is doubling down, tripling down on the removal of add-ons, and people are not happy with the new expansion Midnight because of it. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Let's get into, I think it's all main topics now. I'm pretty sure it's all main topics now. Yeah, because I had a lot of main topics tonight. Fuck yeah, let's do it, boys. You guys ready for main topics? Scrap Gamer with $1. David Jaffe is the definition of 100% triple S ranked jackass. Again, I have no problems with that. If you want to be a jackass, again, you are free to say what you want to say, in my opinion. I'm all for that. But you better not be saying shit like that while also trying to be morally superior over someone else. You better not be saying shit like this and then sitting on your stream with your arms crossed, be like, oh, I'm so disgusted by what this person said about trans people. Like, fuck you, bro. Fuck you, bro. Hypocritical as shit. Anyway. All right, let's get into it, boys. Let's talk about this. We're going to start off with Square Enix. We're going to start off with Square Enix, man. This was a, I don't want to say a long time coming, but kind of something we saw coming, you know. Dietrich Koenig with $1. I read that the government won't bail out companies that invest in AI on X. They say that, and then when their hands are, you know, forced, I think they might. So let me drink some water. Hold on. So just for some context, we've been talking about Square Enix for a while, right? Square Enix was one of my favorite companies ever. Just like Blizzard was one of my favorite companies ever. And BioWare was one of my favorite companies ever. And all these companies have completely shit the bed. More so BioWare and Blizzard, less so Square Enix. But Square Enix is definitely at fault for a lot of things. This is a culmination. And again, I know people are going to want to blame wokeness on this. But I want to remind you, this is really bad business practice. Okay? Really, 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 really bad business practices. And a lot of it is tied, some of it, I should say, is tied to DEI and all that nonsense, sure. But a lot of it is really bad business practices because this company has done some of the most stupid fucking things that I have ever seen a company do. And they try to convince everybody that they're doing the right thing. They ran Final Fantasy 14 into the fucking ground, okay? With the latest Dawn Trail expansion. The only expansion that I haven't liked in Final Fantasy 14, like literally ever. Shadowbring is my favorite expansion, by the way. I don't care what anybody says. But Dawn Trail was fucking trash. Then they had released Forspoken, fucking trash, right? They got Marvel Avengers, fucking trash, right? The game completely died after less than a year or a little bit over a year. I don't remember exactly what it was. I think it was somewhere around a year. They did so many things that was bad for business. And that is why they're here. This is not the first round of layoffs they've had, but this round of layoffs has hit certain people that people wanted fired. One of which was that person who was the localizer, Kate. The one who was celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk and all that nonsense. Well, she's gone. And she's been replaced by a man. She's been replaced by a man. So we're going to talk about all this. Let's get into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, we are going to be talking about Square Enix. Now, we've been covering Square Enix for a long time on this channel. And on this channel, we've spoken about a lot of the bad decisions that Square Enix has done from a business standpoint. You can talk about DEI, you can talk about wokeness all you want, and that is there to an extent, of course. However, Square Enix has made some terrible decisions. For example, Final Fantasy 14, they ran that game into the ground. Final Fantasy 14 was their cash cow, their consistent money, the game that was keeping them afloat, essentially, while they fuck up everything else. But Final Fantasy 14 with Dawn Trail was ran into the ground where this is the least popular expansion ever for this video game. So their cash cow is suddenly not so much their cash cow anymore. On top of that, obviously everybody knows Forspoken was a massive flop. Not only that, Marvel's Avengers was a massive flop. Those two games alone put Square Enix into a terrible operating revenue profits. Like, it was bad. They went from 330 some odd operating revenue in terms of $330 million. They went from 330 million to about 90 million operating revenue just because of those two games alone. right? Not even including the other games that they messed up along the way. Now, obviously, they released some games that did okay, but the truth is that the Final Fantasy VII remakes have not been selling nowhere near as good as they have to, right? The first one sold pretty decently because of the bait and switch, but then once people realized what was going on with the story, the second one only sold half of what the first one did. I don't even know what the third one's going to sell. It's probably going to sell the same as the second, but all the people that you bait and switched on the first one, you lost them, right? So unfortunately, the business side of things has really taken a toll on Square Enix to the point where now we have this story. Square Enix is going to be firing over 100 people in mass layoffs for the company. Now, the first thing I want to reiterate with this is that one of the people that is being fired is none other than the lead translator or former lead translator over at Square Enix by the name of Kate. If you guys remember Kate was the one that was celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. Kate is the one that was basically going all over Blue Sky, being a good old activist. And once people found that out, well, they were calling for her firing. And she initially, I guess, thought she was immune. Well, apparently she's not. If you look at this post here from Twitter, it says, Rogamaniac, Final Fantasy XIV has a new lead translator by the name of Paul Chandler. Thank you for your hard work for these past years, Kate. You didn't deserve the harassment that Lamatod and other idiots gave you. Can't wait to see what's coming up next. Imagine being a person who's like, yeah, I'm so sad that you got fired, but yeah, I'm excited for what's coming after your firing. That's so crazy. Anyway, so Kate ended up getting fired and getting replaced by a man. The irony is just amazing. So we have an update here that we're going to read after we read the initial article. So Square Enix is letting go of more than 100 employees in a mass layoff. First reported by IGN's Rebecca Valentine, Square Enix is letting go of up to 137 people in the United Kingdom, along with an unknown number of people in the United States. This is massive. This is way more than just 100. The layoffs were announced in a video call with the staff located outside of Japan. Just so you guys are aware, by firing all the UK or UK people and US people, they're targeting their Western side of their companies. They're not targeting the Japanese side. They're targeting the Western side. This kind of goes hand in hand and shows exactly where they think the problem lies with the company. Just keep that in mind as we're talking about this. The layoffs were announced in a video call with staff located outside of Japan. These cuts will impact those working in marketing, publishing, business planning, QA, IT, and more. Staff being let go will start being notified on Thursday. Full details on what Square Enix president Takashi Kiryu called a fundamental restructuring of the overseas publishing organization will be given in the future. Bro, they're purging these people. That's it. It's over. They're done. Welcome home. Like, that's basically it. In the current fiscal year, a fundamental restructuring of the overseas publishing organization is being implemented with the aim of further strengthening global publishing capabilities and improving operational efficiency. A presentation shown first to staff before made public. Now, what I want you guys to understand about this is that it's not just about firing the activists. It's about firing the people that don't provide anything to this company. It's about firing the people that have brought no benefit to keeping these people on payroll. Why do I think that? Well, there was a recent article and a recent statement also made by Square Enix about all this stuff related to AI, right? Square Enix apparently aims to have AI doing 70% of its QA work by the end of 2027. Think about that. They want 70% of its Q&A work to be done by AI by the end of 2027. Now you start to realize all these layoffs make sense because they realize they no longer need these people. Whether they're an activist or not, unfortunately, their jobs are able to be replaced by AI because they're either not that great at it or it's just not necessary anymore. This is the purge, ladies and gentlemen. This is the purge. And when it comes to publishing, localization, all this stuff, AI is getting so good that we don't need localizers as much as they think that we do, because they think they do some sort of, like, I don't know, holy grail of work. The truth is that the 30% that are being left over that are going to cover for the 70% AI, the 30% is going to be trying to ensure that the 70% of AI work is actually good work. That's basically it. The 70% is free. Like, there's no payroll with that. So this is an amazing thing to see because we are literally seeing the crash of the gaming industry play out in full force, and almost all of it's being replaced by AI. It's also been reported that those not let go from the company will be required to work more often in the office. Bro, they are rating these people in, plain and simple. They are done playing nice with the people who want to, whatever, work from home. They don't want to go to the office. They got used to it from COVID, whatever it may be. They are completely reining these people in. They're firing the people they can't feel like they can do anything with. And they're reining in the last few people that they feel like they can do something with. They also come the same day the company said it wants to have 70% of its QA and debugging handled by AI by the end of 2027. It's unclear, however, if this plan attributed to the current round of job cuts. It absolutely did. Of course it did. You got to be insane if you don't realize that AI is a guiding factor in how many of these people got fired. Insider Gaming reached out to Square Enix for comment, and that's where we go up to the update. So we have an update on this article. It says Square Enix has released a statement to the media regarding the layoffs. However, they didn't clarify the number of people being let go. Insider Gaming has asked for more clarification. Here is the full statement. It says the following. We are reorganizing our operations in North America and Europe to strengthen our development structure and to drive a globally integrated marketing strategy. This was an extremely difficult decision made following careful consideration and analysis by our leadership in order to best position the group's long-term growth. One of the biggest problems with Square Enix, in my opinion, is that they listen to the wrong people. And I think that Japanese companies in general are all guilty of doing this. When they have Westerners either living in Japan working for them or living outside Japan working for them, they're giving them information of what they think the Westerners want. And Japan is taking this information at face value. This is why you end up with Japanese games that have minimal wokeness, but they have body type A and B, right? Because you have people literally telling them that it is mandated for them to do body type A and B. Otherwise, they can't release the game in the West. This has been proven when the whole situation happened with, I forgot what game it was, but there was developers, they got caught on video talking about how they were forced into utilizing body type A and B, and they think it's stupid, but they felt like they had to do it anyway in order to release the game in the West. I forgot which game it was. I apologize, but I'm sure you guys can look it up. The video went so viral that they had to take it down. I think it was Dragon Quest, but I could be wrong on that, so forgive me on that. But I think it was Dragon Quest. They ended up doing that. That video went viral, and because of that, they took the video down, right? So when they said that, it brought to light the entire mindset of the Japanese developers and how they're being fed this information. And again, I don't want to take away blame from them necessarily, but they're literally being fed this information about what is viable and what's not viable in the West. They're being fed this info. And so when they take this info, they're like, okay, if for me to release this game, I have to make it body type A and B, that's what I'll do. It's mandated. They literally think it's mandated when it's not mandated. Anyway, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to the talented team members who will be departing the company for their significant contributions to Square Enix. During this period of transition, we remain committed to treating each individual with the utmost respect and providing extensive support throughout the process. Yeah, I think at this point, guys, they are completely and utterly cooked. And I hope, I really do hope that this is a turnover for Square Enix. I hope that this is a moment where we go back to the basics. I hope that this is a moment, a return to form. I hate saying that because the journalists love using that, but I really do hope that this is a return to form. I really do. I hope that this is the start of let's go back to the basics of what made Square Enix amazing. Let's go back to what made these RPGs amazing. These whatever. Like, we need to go back to this. And if that means that, basically restructuring the entire Western sector, it seems, of your company, I'm for that. I'm for that. Hopefully this means that Final Fantasy 14 becomes good again. I don't know, right? But I just hope that this is a good sign. Otherwise, if you're firing these people and you're going to utilize AI just to do the same bullshit you were doing with the people you fired, you might as well pack your bags up and go. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below about all this nonsense with Square Enix. Obviously, we all saw this coming. Did you think it was going to be more people? Did you think it was going to be less? Do you want to see more? Do you want to see less? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you enjoyed this video, consider hitting that like and subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next one. And obviously, welcome home. Pretty much.
Welcome home!
All right, let's get into the next topic, boys. I'm not gonna put the ears on because we're going right into the topics. Right into the topics. Let me X this out really quick. I have everything lined up, ready to go. Lined up, ready to go. Where is it at? Let me check this. Let's do. Yeah, let's do this. Okay. We'll do the Grand Theft Auto 6 delay. Let's do that. Let's do that one first. Let's do that one first. Grand Theft Auto 6 delay. I have 2 stories for Grand Theft Auto 6, so bear with me. But we'll do the delay first. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, everybody is talking about Grand Theft Auto 6 because it is official as of today, as of the filming of this video a few hours ago. Grand Theft Auto 6 is confirmed to be delayed till November of 2026. Now, I know a lot of you guys, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're saying. There's no fucking way it's coming out in 2026 either. This thing is going to be pushed all the way onto the new generation of PlayStation in 2027, Rupert. I hear you. I understand. But I still find it funny. Now, what I will say is that I was wrong, okay? I was wrong. I said when it comes to Grand Theft Auto 6, I said there's no way they're not going to release this game because the PlayStation 6 is right around the corner, right? It's rumored to be in 2027. They have to release this early in 2026 in order to maximize the sales on the install base that they have for PS5. And then eventually when PS6 comes out, they're going to resell it again. Well, it looks like that's not the case. I can admit when I was wrong, and I was wrong on that. Apparently, it's going to be coming out November 2026. I don't believe that in the slightest. I honestly think we're going to see Half-Life 3 before we see Grand Theft Auto 6. So this article says the Take-Two boss, however, says that we've never regretted delaying a game following the Grand Theft Auto 6 pushback and says that other studios might have better luck if they did the same thing once in a while. Now, that is that is such a Rockstar statement, and I don't mean Rockstar in a good way. I mean Rockstar as the company. That is such a statement from a company that has been farming the same game for a decade, right? Like it's only Rockstar that can make a statement like this, or they can say, well, if you did what we did, perhaps you would be in a better place. I mean, what the fuck, bro? Unbelievable. Now, one thing I will say is that you can have that level of cockiness. That's perfectly fine. You've earned it, right, for having one of the best-selling IPs ever. But something interesting is happening. If you look at the Take-Two stock, right, after the announcement of the game being dropped all the way until next year, apparently Take-Two Interactive stock falls 10% immediately following the GTA 6 delay. Guys, 10% stock hit. That is crazy. At the time of writing, Take-Two Interactive stock has dropped by 9.63% during after hours, wiping off around $24 per share, but is already showing some signs of recovery. Of course it is, because what's happening is that people are trying to get out while they can by the end of the year, and then you're going to have people trying to buy it while it's cheaper and then hold on to it in the hopes that it releases by next year. You know, it's not shocking. This happens literally all the time. In an announcement posted to X, Rockstar Games announced that, hey, everyone, Grand Theft Auto 6 will now be releasing on November 19th of 2026. We are sorry for adding additional time to what we realize has been a long wait, but those extra months would allow us to finish the game with the level of polish that you have come to expect and deserve. I still guarantee the game's going to be pretty buggy, but, you know, anyway, this is the same corporal speak that we see all the fucking time. You have PC Gamer essentially saying, well, PC gamers, time to make peace with the fact that we'll probably won't be playing Grand Theft Auto 6 until like 2028 unless we cave in and buy the console version. Now, that's another problem, right? So we already know that Grand Theft Auto is going to be a console exclusive for XYZ amount of time. Most likely it's going to be for about a year or so. So considering that they delayed the game to November 2026, that means that PC gamers are not going to be able to get their hands on it until 2028. Maybe even 2029, depending how popular it is, you know, on console. And we already know it's going to be super popular. So this is going to be a big problem for a lot of PC gamers that are probably looking forward to playing GTA 6. Me personally, I don't give a fuck. There's way too many games in my backlog for me to care. But I know there are people out there that do care. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like nobody cares because that's going to be disingenuous, right? So let's see more about what he said about, oh, maybe you could learn a thing or two essentially from this. He says the following: it's always painful when we slip a date. And we have done so occasionally in the past, Zelnick said during today's investors call. And we've never regretted it in retrospect. I would like to point out that we have some competitors that in the event where more polish was required and it required slipping a date, they chose not to slip the date. And they did so at their own peril. Damn, this guy is literally calling out other people, other companies on the investors call. That's insane, bro. I have to imagine that Zelnick has one particular game in mind in that spicy but vague comment about competitors that should have tapped the brakes and did not. Of course, he's talking about Mind's Eye. He's talking about Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye literally did that exact thing where the game should have stayed in polish. The game should have took another year, but Mind's Eye released and it is getting felt. It is one of the worst games we have ever seen in I don't even know how long. He gave no hint during the call, but the obvious candidate has to be Mind's Eye, the catastrophically bad action adventure game helmed by the former Grand Theft Auto producer Leslie Benzies. You may recall that Benzies' split with Rockstar was not entirely amicable. Benzies sued Rockstar for $150 million in 2016, alleging that he was unlawfully terminated in 2015. And more recently, he and Build the Rocket Boy co-CEO Mark Gerhardt blamed Mind's Eye's spectacular failure on saboteurs, who Gerhardt seemed to imply had been set by Rockstar. Again, if you want to believe that, that's up to you, but this story is absolutely insane to me. Now, what does this mean? Okay, what does this mean overall for the situation? Well, I think at this point, the stock is going to recover. Even if it takes like a month or two, 4 months, 5 months, the stock's going to recover. I feel like that's obvious at this point. There's no way that the stock's not going to recover up until the release of Grand Theft Auto 6. I can understand why people are selling. I get it by the end of the year. Totally understand. But I think the stock will absolutely recover. Now, from a player standpoint, people are coping. I'm not even going to bother showcasing all of the tweets that if you want to go on X and go look at it, just type in Grand Theft Auto 6. You're going to see nothing but coping and seething from people that are angry over the game being delayed. And, there's one particular comment from Vera Dark that I remember she said that I want to bring up. And that comment was essentially that you are teetering on the line of like, okay, you have taken so long for this game to release that now I'm getting to the point where I just don't fucking care whether or not it does release, right? You should have released it back when people were actually hyped to play the game. And now there is a certain group of people that are losing their hype because it's taking so long to come out that at this point, they just don't care. Like, they don't have the same level of like, oh, I got to play it right now. I got to play it right now, right this second. It's just, they have been milking Grand Theft Auto 5 for so fucking long that at this point, it really doesn't matter. Like, I'm sure Rockstar, if it was up to them, they would milk Grand Theft Auto Online till the end of time. That's what they would do. I'm not even kidding. Like, they would literally milk this game till the end of time. They don't care. This is the reason why Grand Theft Auto 6 took so long to come out in the first place. They've been milking the shit out of Grand Theft Auto Online. It's ridiculous. And they know that. So, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if the game's going to actually come out November 2026. Me personally, I doubt it at this point. At first I said the game has to come out early 26. Now at this point, I can't even believe it's going to come out in 26. I think at this point it's going to become a dual release with PlayStation 6. It could even be a launch title. Can you imagine Grand Theft Auto 6 being a launch title for PlayStation 6? How insane would that be? Talk about a system seller. On top of that, too, it could dual release between PlayStation 6 and PlayStation 5, doubling the amount of sales that they have. Just think about that for a second. That would be an absolutely insane move by them. And I think that's slowly but surely where they're heading. So we'll see what ends up happening with Grand Theft Auto 6. We'll see if it even fucking comes out at this point. I really don't know. But you guys let me know in the comments down below. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to become a platform seller essentially for PlayStation 6? With a console release game? Do you think that's going to happen? Or do you think they're going to release it before the PlayStation 6? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, consider hitting that like and that subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next one. All right, we're going to bang out the next one. Let's go, boys. We're banging it out. We're banging it out. Where the fuck did my Ubisoft story go? Oh, no. Oh, no, Ubisoft. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Fuck. Damn, maybe I'll save that for tomorrow. Maybe, we'll see. Okay, well, let's talk about this. This is a big one. This is a big one. Fuck Ubisoft. Let's talk about this. This is kind of crazy. This is a crazy one, boys. And when I say crazy, I mean fucking crazy. Like, look at this. Holy shit. Crazy. So this is the follow-up story to the Rockstar firing employees in the UK. They were supposedly trying to unionize, and they fired them for misconduct. They didn't say it was for unionizing. Obviously, they're not going to. But apparently, there is a verified or semi-verified leak from this person posting anonymously, talking about the situation from the inside, and even said that you could verify their employment if you want. This person, anyway. Crazy story. Let's talk about this. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I have a follow-up story to something I talked about a few days ago regarding Rockstar and their recent firing of developers in the UK. Now, they supposedly said that they fired these people for misconduct. They were leaking information in a Discord, all kinds of things they said that they were doing, and they fired them for misconduct. Now, these people that have been fired have been saying that they were fired due to unionization. They were going to unionize against Rockstar and Take-Two Interactive. But, there's a conflict of story here that's going on. Now, Rockstar says that the employees it fired were leaking information, but it's not going to escape union-busting accusations that easily. More than 30 employees at GTA Developer were fired for sharing confidential information in a public forum. The union says that they were talking to labor organizers. Now, there's one bit of information that is kind of like a whistleblower. You guys need to take this with a grain of salt. It has not been 100% confirmed, but there's a lot of journalists and people that are sharing this around because seemingly it has been confirmed. Now, this is going to look extremely small on screen. I will read this to you, but what this is an anonymous poster talking about the firing and the truth of what happened behind the scenes, at least in their own eyes. So we're going to read everything here. So listen very carefully. This shit is wild. They said the following: "Hey everyone, Rockstar employee of many years here says, understandably, I want to remain anonymous due to retaliation from the company, but I may be willing to verify I am an employee with @SpiderVice via DM if required. I am also a member of the union. I've been reading a lot of discussion on here and elsewhere about the firing of more than 34 of my colleagues last week, 31 in the UK and 3 in Canada, and have seen a lot of misinformation and lies that are really concerning, particularly concerning how so many folks are willing to believe the company's excuses. Last week, my colleagues who were in the studio were each individually messaged by HR for a short friendly meeting under the friendly guise of, hey, are you free for a quick chat? Upon attending this meeting, they were handed an envelope with a short letter stating that their employment had been terminated for gross misconduct regarding messages and posts made in Discord. They failed to provide any evidence when asked, nor was any stated in the letter, and did not divulge any other information or reasoning, and no other reason. They refused their right to union representation in the disciplinary meeting, which is against UK employment law, and were frog marched out of the studio, with the meeting lasting less than 5 minutes. For colleagues who were not in the studio that day, they received a phone call from HR that lasted less than 2 minutes, telling them that they were fired and that they received the same letter as above. I am aware of one employee who had a panic attack at this moment, and HR hung up on them during this panic attack, not caring at all about their well-being." Okay, so again, listen, I understand losing your job is very frustrating. Totally get that. Totally understand. But like, what is the company going to do? Like, they're telling you that you've been laid off. Like, they're not gonna sit there and babysit you while you feel better, right? Because like, they're gonna think you're being emotionally manipulative, especially if they fired you under the guise of misconduct. They're gonna think that you're manipulating them to some extent, right? They're gonna tell you to get help, and they wish you the best, and they're gonna hang up. Like, they're not your parents, right? Again, I understand what they're trying to say, but they're not your parents. They're not gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, baby, are you okay? Oh no!" Like, they're not gonna do that. Anyway. So these colleagues of mine were hard workers who have spent many, many years at Rockstar in critical roles. With colleagues who have been at Rockstar for more than 18 years, and none of them have ever had a disciplinary action in that time. They are not easily replaced and will certainly affect us in making our project deadlines, which, again, just very well may be the reason why Grand Theft Auto 6 got delayed. You never know. again, this all kind of goes hand in hand. It's all speculation. We don't know for sure, but it's all starting to make a lot of sense behind the scenes. Nothing gets delayed twice, a year each time, unless something's wrong, right? Like I feel like we can at least admit that to some extent. These are very senior artists, animators, QA testers, designers, programmers, and producers, including leads, all super talented people who were proud of their work over multiple Rockstar titles. And all they wanted was the best for Rockstar and their fellow colleagues. Some of these members were off sick, recovering from surgery or paternity leave, fired without pay, losing their careers and putting them into hardship in the lead up to Christmas, and even potentially losing their visas to work in the UK. Let me make this clear. I never saw any discussion leaking of Rockstar projects in the union Discord. They only ever discussed was around unionization efforts and the working conditions at Rockstar. The Discord was not public. It was a private Discord group that only contained Rockstar employees and the IWGB union officials. This was union busting and nothing else. Everyone fired was a union member. They were also predominantly from those who were on the union organizing committees of each UK studio. Just 1 week before, the union had reached 200 members, taking us over the 10% threshold required to seek recognition and begin engaging in collective bargaining, allowing us to negotiate directly with management on the key issues that affect us: worsening crunch, inadequate pay, and inflexible working arrangements. They have fired over 34 of us now. There were over 250 of us in the union employee Discord group. There is a fear that if they get away with this, they'll have nothing stopping them from doing this again and again. Those of us who are lucky and remain from work now work in fear. Fearful that when taking each other at the tea prep, fearful that we're next in line and easily getting rid of, too scared to go outside the studio and talk to or even acknowledge our colleagues outside protesting in fear of reprisals. Morale in the studio is at a rock bottom when we should be excited about basically what's coming up over the next year. And now we are totally deflated and our trust and confidence in others is totally shot, which is truly heartbreaking part. As for us in the union, all of our ambition was to make Rockstar a happier, fairer, safer, and more equitable place. That's all. What has actually clearly happened shows that we care more about the well-being of our colleagues at Rockstar than the company does. The union remains unbowed and is fighting to win the reinstatement of every dismissed member of staff at Rockstar through legal means and campaigning. This fight is critical. If Rockstar can get away with this, they will keep treating their workers with disdain, disrespect, and subjecting them to continued illegal treatment. Thanks for your time. I hope you can find some truth that helps you understand what's going on here. Blah, 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 blah. So this is pretty scandalous, right? This is pretty massive, especially for a company like Rockstar. This is all starting to make sense as to why Grand Theft Auto keeps being delayed and delayed and delayed. But ultimately, what this is really going to do is this is either going to light a fire under the people who are currently still working there to unionize as quick as possible, or this is going to light a fire on the Rockstar's ass to get rid of the entire people that are in that group. Right? Everybody that's in a Discord group, they're going to get rid of them one by one, and they're going to utilize some sort of other thing to get rid of them. Misconduct, whatever, they're going to do that, right? So this is a pretty scathing story. And the funny thing is that you have Rockstar employees literally protesting outside of Take-Two right now over the supposed union busting. I am not kidding. They are literally protesting right now because of the union busting. This is how big this story is right now. It says, though it may be used to attracting all sorts of fawning whenever it releases a GTA 6 trailer, Rockstar calls an altogether different kind of PR event last week when it fired over 30 workers who belong to a Discord server related to labor organization. Rockstar denies the workers' attempt at unionizing had anything to do with their firing, accusing them of gross misconduct and a little later of leaking company secrets. And again, you have to wonder if there is some truth to that, because they did only fire 34 out of supposedly 250 employees that are in that group. So if there's 250 people that are in the group and they only fired 34, maybe oh my God, is that Vera Dark? Holy shit. This is Vera Dark. Bro, Vera Dark is out here protesting over at the Take-Two. That's insane. Anyway, you got 250 people, right? 34 people fired. It's probably those 34 people that were actually leaking secrets, right? Most likely. But I guess we're going to find out the truth, because if they end up firing more people outside of the 34, then it probably is union busting. But if they only fired the 34 people, then they probably were leaking secrets. I mean, I don't know. We really don't know. This is kind of like a he said, she said situation. So We're going to find out more information, I'm sure. It's only a matter of time before we continue to see more nonsense that's happening right now. I'm sure we're going to get even more leaks that are going to come out. And once we do, obviously, we're going to talk about it. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below about this entire situation. What do you think is happening? Who do you think is in the right, if anybody? Or do you say, fuck both of them? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you enjoyed it, consider hitting that like and subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bro, that's very dark, bro. I'm telling you. That's very dark, bro. All right. What are we gonna do? Let's see. Do I want to save the story? I really don't want to talk about Ubisoft right now. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'd much rather play Arc Raiders. I can't lie to you guys, man. I can't. Can I talk about Ubisoft tomorrow? I covered everything except Ubisoft. I covered a lot. Can I talk about Ubisoft tomorrow? Fuck them, man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna talk about them tomorrow, bro. Because I keep putting it off. What do you mean I keep putting it off? It's a brand new story from today. What do you mean? I didn't put it off. Ultimate Experience says GTA 6 delayed. Yeah. Yep. GTA 6 delayed. I don't know. Do I want to do this today? Let me see. Hold on. Leave it for JT. I'm never leaving it for JT. Ever. Ever. What the hell is this? Naughty Dog censors certain symbols. I'll take a look at that later. I can't. I am like all over the place right now. Grungehead says, come on, we're bored. Are you bored? After 2+ hours of streaming, you're bored? Come on. What are you talking about? Stop lying. Oh, fuck it. Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna cover every topic. We're banging out 4 fucking videos today, boys. 4 fucking videos today. Save it for tomorrow? No. We're doing it today. RIP Arc Raiders. I know. I mean, I could skip the waifu battle, but I think people would be highly upset about that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today's video, we're going to be talking about Ubisoft and the massive levels of cope that the CEO is currently putting out there. Ladies and gentlemen, Assassin's Creed Shadows really should be honestly studied. It should be studied. It should be studied in the sense that this company will literally try to convince everybody that this game was massively successful, right? They would try to convince everybody that they ignored the haters or that they beat the chuds. They won over the internet. But what I really want to start this video by saying is that if you're out here trying to claim victory over the chuds, I don't really think it's a good idea to claim victory over the chuds when you were the ones that had to sell your booty holes for 25% of your most popular IPs to the Chinese, right? Tencent owns 25% of every single one of your popular IPs. I don't think that's a victory, okay? I just want to preface this entire video by saying that I don't think that's a victory at all. If you want to consider that to be a victory, sure, go for it. But that sounds like a lot of cope to me. So let's go over this article from PC Gamer and talk about how the CEO has claimed that it just had to stop feeding the trolls. We're just trolls. That's it. We're all just literally trolls. We bring nothing to the table. We don't bring any conversation of gaming or anything like that. We're literally just trolls. When it came to Assassin's Creed Shadows, which very quickly eliminated the fights. Yeah, apparently they considered by ignoring us that it eliminated the fights with Assassin's Creed Shadows. I don't think that's true at all, but okay. Which apparently were just fake fights. They're calling it fake fights now. This is a beautiful thing. Remember when Assassin's Creed Shadows controversy? I barely do. Yeah, you're full of shit, okay? PC Gamer's full of shit here because you guys brought up the controversy every fucking day that you possibly could have, all right? You guys had articles on full defense for Assassin's Creed Shadows at the mere whisper of XYZ players engaged. You guys were one of the first people putting out an article. You're not fooling anybody, okay? If you listen to a very particular crowd back when it was revealed the game would feature Yasuke, a real historical figure who's been referenced a whole bunch in Japanese media anyway, you would have thought it was the end of days. Initially, Ubisoft tried to mollify said crowd, calm them down, which, well, it went about as well as you would expect. Again, this is why these people lose. Okay, I don't know how else to explain it. This is why these people lose, because they take the conversation, they misrepresent it, and then they bastardize it, and then they try to make it seem as if it's fact. These people know what the real conversation is, okay? These people know that when Ubisoft was making a video game in 2020, the year of literal DEI, okay? 2020 was a year that a lot of things happened. We entered the Twilight Zone in 2020, and DEI took massive precedence for a lot of companies because of what happened to George Floyd. So they all started doubling down and tripling down on DEI initiatives because of that. And they all wanted the virtue signal and be the company that is a shining light against the racism that George Floyd experienced. So it is not shocking that they decided to come up with Yasuke as the lead character for Assassin's Creed Shadows in 2020 when the game started development, right? But the funny thing is, they apparently had another character that they were going to go with until what happened in 2020, and then they switched it over to Yasuke, right? So it makes you wonder why you misrepresent all this stuff, why you decide to talk about it from a sense of, well, we all know what those people are. It's like, bro, why are you othering people? These are people having genuine conversations. It may not be conversations you don't like to hear, but they're having genuine conversations. And for you to basically bastardize them and other them and put them off to the side, you are no better than the people you claim to be against. That's the hilarious thing about this. Anyway, the sky didn't fall. What actually happened was the game sold pretty well. Yeah, how well? You got numbers? You got numbers? It never ceases to amaze me that these people will claim that XYZ game sold well, but they never have any fucking numbers to back it up, which is hilarious because you actually have numbers on Steam, right? I think it's estimated to sell around 700 to 800,000 copies on Steam. You have some numbers, but you don't have all the numbers. But you'll be like, yeah, the game sold really well. Compared to what? It is the lowest selling game of the entire franchise in terms of volume, in terms of actual units sold. Oh, but I can already hear the cope, guys. You know what the latest cope is? Here's the latest cope. Every single copy is worth more. Oh, every copy is worth more. That's the gold standard, right? So the games are worth more money. They're more expensive. So that means that they made more money per copy sold. So they made almost as much revenue as the other games that sold more copies. But what they forget to tell you is that only works in a perfect world where costs don't go up. That only works in a perfect world where inflation doesn't exist. Where, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but the gaming industry has been trying to convince us over the last year and a half that they had to raise the price on their video games. They had to raise the price on their consoles. They had to raise the price on their DLCs, on everything because of costs going up. So have the costs gone up or have the costs not gone up? Can we have an explanation to this, please? Because it doesn't seem to correlate. Anyway, the sky didn't fall. The game sold pretty well as an entertaining open world romp, and we all moved on with our lives. Are you sure about that? In other words, well, I mean, that is true. We did move on. In other words, Ubisoft made a Ubisoft game, which that's what I said. You know, I actually played Assassin's Creed Shadows and completed it. Unlike these journalists, I highly doubt they did any of that. And when I reviewed the game objectively, I said that the game has good moments and the game has bad moments. And unfortunately, there was a little bit more bad than good. But for the most part, if you really had to put a nail on it, the game was fucking mid, bro. That's basically it. The game was extremely mid with some god-awful voice acting that they need to redo. Aside from that, it's a mid fucking experience, and it is a massive letdown for an Assassin's Creed game based in Japan that people have been asking for years. It was a major, major letdown. But in any case, nothing exploded because a Black Samurai was in it. Gaming survived. Part of why Shadow's release was uneventful was in part because of Ubisoft's sudden pivot to essentially stop feeding the trolls. Speaking at a BAFTA event last year, former franchise head Mark Alexis Cote put his foot down. When we self-censor in the face of threats, we hand over our power piece by piece until freedom and creativity both wither away. We cannot let that happen. It's time for us as creators to stand firm on our commitment to our values by telling stories that inspire, that challenge, and that help people connect. Our silence cannot become complicit. Cote did, however, recently get slowly encouraged to leave the company, which will go some ways to explain the level of cynicism I'm about to apply to Ubisoft's CEO in coming words here, which don't necessarily match up to the actions taken by Ubisoft in the ensuing months. More on that later. The CEO more or less agrees in a transcript shared by GameFile of an internal company video that more or less goes over this process of inviting the culture warriors to vote with their wallet, which, as mentioned above, nobody did. So it was all a bunch of upsetting, racially charged hullabaloo. I have no idea what that even says. That's not to say Eve is quite as impassioned as Kote was, though he stabs at roughly the same gist. In September 2024, we had our backs against the wall, and that's when it clicked. To get out the corner, we had to stop focusing on those who hated us. We had to start firing up our allies. So we stopped trying to win the argument and leaned on what had carried us for 18 years, the Assassin's Creed brand. No. That's not it at all. What he decided to do was double down and triple down on chivalry. That's what he decided to do. They started paying all these content creators, like Fighting Cowboy, for example, who to this day had one of the biggest meltdowns regarding Assassin's Creed Shadows, convinced everybody that they were assholes for making it all about Yasuke and that they should just play the fucking game. And he has only one stream of the game. He has one stream of the game, and he gave it up after that. This man got paid or promoted to play Assassin's Creed Shadows, and he didn't even have the fucking balls to go more than one stream for the game. Unbelievable. Most of the shills that Ubisoft relied on to try to counter the narrative that was happening with Assassin's Creed Shadows either never played the game or barely played the game. I saw people play the game for a couple of hours and then they quit and they never returned. You know who finished the game? This fucking chud finished the game. You know who has 50 fucking hours in Assassin's Creed Shadows to ensure that I finished the game and people could see what it was really about? This fucking chud has it. You know, this fake gamer, the one who supposedly doesn't play video games, I finished the fucking game. Which goes to show, you shills aren't worth shit. But they decided to use you anyway. On top of that, they decided to go after the mainstream media, right? They decided to utilize journalists to push the message of players engage. They kept utilizing that number. They wanted to get an own on Grums. They wanted to get an own on whoever, like on social media. And this is why I think it's funny, right? They think it's funny because they thought that by ratioing Grums, which was funny, by the way, they thought that by ratioing Grums that was going to be the win. You guys still lost. I hope you understand that there is no winning for you here. You had to sell your soul to Tencent to buy you out from your own failures. You couldn't live with your own failure. So it brought you back to Tencent, right? And Tencent is going to do it again. I hope you realize that if you don't get your shit together, Tencent is looking at you and they're waiting and they're biding their time until they eventually own you by 50%. And then they're going to do it again until eventually they can own you for 100% at a very cheap cost versus what it would have cost them if they would have bought you out, the first time. They know exactly what they're doing. You don't know what you're fucking doing. And the hilarious thing is that you have this new subsidiary, but you got the same people running it that ruined the first company in the first place. So what exactly are you going to do here, right? Ubisoft can cope and seethe all they want. You can pretend like you're not, giving energy to the trolls or whatever. But the truth is that Assassin's Creed Shadows was a failure. It had an insane budget, a disgusting budget, and it didn't sell enough copies to make anywhere near its budget back. And it damn sure didn't make enough copies to come anywhere close to a game like Valhalla, for example, or any of the games in the franchise. You can cope and seethe about, but it's worth more, so it made more money. Yeah, but it costs more, jackass. It costs more, you fucking genius. Unless you think inflation doesn't exist. You want to have that conversation about inflation not existing, costs not existing, the amount of rising costs that have happened over the last couple of years, you fucking idiot. Like, you really want to have that conversation? No, not really. Of course not. You want to go argue with retards on YouTube and on social media who can't fight you back because you're a fucking idiot. It's unbelievable. So in any case, ladies and gentlemen, I love to see it. I love to see the coping and seething from Ubisoft, a company that had to sell their most popular IPs that used to be worth money all on their own. They had to sell their most popular IPs to the Chinese because there was no other way for them to get out of their debt. There's no other way for them to actually get out of the trouble that they put themselves in. And Tencent knows exactly what they're fucking doing. So you guys let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about this entire situation? Do you think that Ubisoft owned the Chuds? Do you think that Ubisoft won the fight? But do you think Ubisoft is coping and seething? You guys let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you enjoyed it, consider hitting that like and that subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next one. That's 4 videos, boys. Videos, boys. You guys gave me all the support in the world earlier today in the stream, and I didn't want to get lazy on you. I wanted to cover every fucking topic. So we did it, boys. We did it. And we're still going to do a waifu battle. Guys, thank you so much for supporting me today. That was honestly amazing. You guys are just insane, sincerely. Consider joining me at Griffcast After Dark. We're going to be playing some video games, hopefully. I'm going to try to get to it as fast as possible. I have a lot of editing to do, so I'm going to take probably like an hour after the stream ends. So maybe like 1 a.m. Eastern. I don't know. We'll see. But come hang out on Hypnotic Gaming Live. If you're not subscribed to that channel, please go subscribe to that channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're not going to hang out for the waifu battle, I appreciate you regardless. Thank you again. And I'll see you in the next Hypnocast. Until then, let's catch up on Super Chats, and then we're going to do the waifu battle. We got Adair Soto with a 5, if I remember correctly. Did she say she wants to purge the Republican side on her tweet, and now she's getting purged by Square Enix? The irony behind it? Yep. Pretty much. Odin Dark with a 2. Expedition 33 is better than modern Final Fantasy. I agree. Hypno's Dog with a 2. What level are you in Arc Raiders? I think I'm like 7, level 7. I haven't had time to really play it that much. I want to play it more. Lately I've just been so fucking busy, but I want to play it more. Let me check Rumble really quick. The Legends. We got Deidriconic with a membership. Shout out to Deidriconic. I appreciate that. And then we got Sega Main with a membership as well. Shout out to Sega Main. Thank you so much for the membership. I appreciate that, boys. Thank you. All right, we are fully caught up everywhere, guys. Let's do the waifu battles, have some fun, and close out the stream. Let's do it. All right, boys, the waifu battle is here. Now, if you guys missed the last waifu battle, guys, it was so close. It was so unbelievably close. Like, unfair. It was unfair. It was unfair. We got, 15 cents. 15 fucking cents, boys. 15 cents. It was the closest waifu battle in history. A 15-cent win. I still can't believe it. But in any case, let's go over the waifu battle now. Let's bring out the current champion by 15 cents, apparently, who is none other than the one and the only Morrigan, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely insane. Absolutely, positively insane. Let's go over the rules, and then we're going to bring out the challenger to go up against Morrigan. Adair Soto with a 5. Let's not forget the Skull and Bones is still hurting Ubisoft, that they lost a lot of money and nobody talks about what happened to the Quad A that they were so happy about. Yeah. Skull and Bones actually lost them more money than any game in their lineup so far. It's crazy. All right, let's go over the rules, man. Rule number 1, all super chats during the waifu battle can and will count to a particular waifu. But the only way that it's going to count is if you put the name of the waifu in the super chat first. You got to put the name first. If you do not put the name of the waifu in the super chat first, and it will not count. It does not matter how big they are. If you super chat after the fact and you put the name of the waifu you forgot to put the first time first, then I will make it count. Rule number 2. You can vote for any waifu regardless of who's on the screen. It doesn't matter. You can vote for the champion who is Morrigan, or you can vote for the challenger who you're about to find out. It doesn't matter who's on screen at the time. Last but not least, after the second waifu comes off screen, I'm going to do a 30-second countdown. After that 30-second countdown, no more super chats are going to count. Doesn't matter how big they are. The last super chat that shows up on my screen is going to be the one that counts. So please, if you're going to vote, Vote early and vote hard, ladies and gentlemen. Do we understand the rules? We don't understand everything. Don't lie to me. We just don't. I know we don't. All right, boys. Today, we're bringing back another challenger. I told you, we're bringing back the popular waifus. Nobody wanted to vote on the new waifus, so now we're bringing back the popular waifus, and we're going to see where loyalties lie. All right, and I guarantee that there is a certain somebody that is not in the chat right now that is going to yell at me once he sees what the challenger is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the challenger that is going to go up against Morrigan, one of the most loved characters that won by 15 cents, is going to be none other than the one and the only Fearin. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. We got the Elf Grandma's back. Elf Grandma's back. Morrigan versus Fearin. Who is going to be the Waifu Battle champion? Gray the Merchant for $1 already on Rumble. Morrigan, today is a great day. All day of duck off and taking loot. Nice. Nice, very nice. Deadeye's Lock with $1 says Morrigan. That is 2 votes for Morrigan already. Our Cuz with a 5. Are we talking about rules? Rules? Man, I just want a Waifu Battle. Well, there you go. There you go. Guarantee you GDR is not even fucking here. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet GDR is not here? I'll put money on it. D-Draconic with a 2 over on Rumble says Fearin tying the battle. Tying the battle over on Rumble. Shout out. Midnight Mike says my girl got beat last night, so I don't care tonight. Oh, come on, man. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. It was 15 cents, man. Secret Final Ball says, where's GDR not voting for Fearin again? Seems like it. It sure does seem like it, right? Just a little bit, I suppose. Crazy stuff. So far, it's very quiet. It's a tied battle right now. Gray the Merchant with $1 more again. GDR is out for milk again. Fearin will lose again. Quack, quack. I think it would be unbelievably epic if Fearin lost and GDR was not here. Because then he's going to come back after watching the replay. He's going to be like, you motherfucker, I was at work. I was at work and you picked Fearin again. I'm telling you, man. Beautiful Zexel with a 5 on YouTube says Morrigan for the win. Morrigan is actually in the lead. This is amazing. This is amazing to witness. Pandanotic with a 2 says Panda. Of course. Ali Kusanagi says everyone's waiting on GDR. Facts. Facts. But you know what? That's okay. I don't think he's going to show up. I think he's going to show up right at the end. And he's going to miss it. Watch. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? This is the most stacked Fearin ever. Sure is. I had to do it because Morrigan's picture is going to be just as stacked. I had to make something fair, you know? Or as fair as possible. Where is GDR? I have no idea. Probably at work. Torinol with a 5, the name of the waifu. Honestly, I never saw a point in touching the turkeys. Hashtag turkey tail. Fucking guy, bro. Shout out to you, man. Final Twin with a 10 says Fearin the Slayer. Shout out to Final Twin with the 10. Does that put Fearin in the lead? We don't have too many votes right now, so it might. I don't know. It might put her in the lead just slightly because we had a 5 from Morrigan. So maybe. Maybe. I should make Fearin clips for GDR. I could. I could definitely do that. All right, boys. Fearin's coming off stage in a couple of seconds. And then we're going to bring out the Waifu Battle champion. The Waifu Battle champion. All right, boys. It is time for none other than the one and the only Morrigan, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. Is it going to be Morrigan or is it going to be Fearin? Let's find out who is going to be the winner. Right now, it's Fearin, but barely. Barely. Can Morrigan make a comeback? Can she convince people that she's worth it? It seems like she can because we got Secret Final Boss with a 5. Morrigan making it just a bit harder for GDR to win. Very nice. And now we got Morrigan in the lead. This is an interesting exchange for sure. For sure. Let's see which way this goes. Nice costume adjustment. I mean, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Let's see how this goes, boys. This can go either way. The votes are very close right now. And keep in mind, Morrigan won yesterday by 15 cents. So if you ever think your super chat is not worth it, just realize that you're wrong. Every time we get a dollar troll super chat, I always think to myself, that could be the deciding factor. You suspect chair shots? We haven't gotten chair shots in like a week, so I wouldn't suspect it. Gray the Merchant with $1 says, Morrigan, GDR, I invoke your name again, you bastard. Very nice. Little Hypnotic with a 5 says, Morrigan, Miss Sonia, and Uncle Steve are the best. This is great. Morrigan is actually beating Fearin right now. Holy shit. She's actually beating her. This is interesting. Not exactly what I thought was going to go down, but then again, I didn't know if GDR was going to be here. This can go either way still. Her lead is growing a little bit bigger each time. Jeremiah says, expect the unexpected here. Pretty much. Deco Leader says GDR is going to be so mad. He is. He's going to be very mad. Very mad. I keep telling him, you never know, man. You never know. You never know who might show up on the Waifu Battle at any moment, anytime. You never know. But we'll see. It sucks, man. I got told to make a chair shot clip, and then we haven't gotten a chair shot in like a week. It's okay. Little Hypnotic says, Secret Final Boss, you're not my dad. Go to bed. I am your dad. I'm telling you to go to bed. Go to bed right now. He's not going to listen. Mervault says holiday season sucks. Yo. What do you mean? What are you talking about, Willis? Holy Aaron says, vitamins. I have a feeling I know what he's referencing. I have a little bit of a feeling. Salmazin says, next time GDR says about Fearin, boom. Hey, he's been asking nonstop. I finally bring it back. He's nowhere to be seen. It is a running meme at this point. It is a running meme at this point. Panther with a 10 says, Fearin just to knock out brother's vote. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Well, it got very close now. This is another close waifu battle for no goddamn reason. Here we go, boys. The final countdown. I have no idea who's going to win. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my God. Oh my God. What happened? What happened, bro? They throwing in chairs like crazy.
The Waifu Battle belt is mine!
Final Twin threw one in there too.
The Waifu Battle belt is mine!
And Ali Kusanagi. Oh my God. The last super chat that is going to count is BioT Wolf with a $50 mega banger. Says Morgan was asleep, but then Morgan woke me up. Thomas Brown with a 5. Fearing also Rixia Mal. You know why. Shout out, bro. Bro, Dr. Spike, man. What is this, like 7, 8 Red Boys today? In total? Dr. Spike with $100.15. He threw it. This motherfucker threw it. Yo, wait. Dr. Spike, bro. Maximum level troll. He's like, let me just be a little bit on the safe side and let me throw in an extra 15 cents. This motherfucker, bro. $100.15. Fearing for elf maidens. Bro. That's crazy, bro. Oh my God. And then Final Twin with $100 Red Boy Hyperbagger. Fearing I want the elves. Fucking hell, bro. Everybody wants elves. This is crazy. Ali Kusanagi with a 50 Morgan. Oh, GDR, you let Hypno down again. Dude. Oh my God. You guys are insane. And then over on Rumble, we got Deadeye's Lock with $1 saying Morgan, all that begging, and still there's no GDR. See no GDR, speak no GDR. Now he struck out for Cassie GDR. Damn, that got personal. Dietrich Koenig with a 2 says Fearin, and Torino with a 2 says Fearin. Cute elf is cute. Guys, I don't even know where to begin. You know what? I do know where I'm going to begin. I'm going to turn this off, and we're going to play some fucking elves for these guys.
All right, boys, we got another Red Boy Hyper Banger. Let's bring the ladies in.
Final Twin. Thank you so much, brother, for the $100 Red Boy Hyper Banger. But that's not the end, boys, because Dr. Spike and his glorious troll of $100.15 Hyper Banger. He wants the elves too. Got to give it to him.
All right, boys, we got another Red Boy Hyper Banger. Let's bring the ladies in.
Dr. Spike, an absolute killer today, man. Holy crap. Thank you so much, brother, for the Red Boy. BioT Wolf, of course, my man. Thank you so much for the $50. Here we go! Mucha lucha! It's the way of life! Mucha lucha! And then, of course, Ali Kusanagi with another $50. Here we go! Mucha lucha! It's the way of life! Mucha lucha! Thank you, bro. Fucking legends, man. All of you. Secret Final Boss with a 1572 says bumping you up to $1,000. Oh, on the trust fund bank. Bro, you guys are gonna make them melt down. It's not even funny, bro. Like these people are gonna lose their shit. And then the Mervoth with a 2 cents to get to 2K. Did we pass 2K today? Did we do 2/3 of second wins entire month in one day? Is that accurate? Holy fuck, dude. Thank you. Thank you for that. T-Jap with the numbers. We got Fear in the Grandma at $231.15 against Morrigan at $102.37, which means the winner and the new Waifu Battle champion is none other than the one and the only Fearin, ladies and gentlemen. Very interesting considering GDR was not here. I'm sure he's going to be happy whenever he shows up. I'm sure he'll be happy. Yeah, this man GDR, bro. His waifu wins and he's not even here to he's not even here to celebrate. What's wrong with you? And I'm sure there are some people coping and seething right now.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
And that's going to be it for the Waifu Battle, ladies and gentlemen. Fearin's going to go backstage, but she will face off against another waifu tomorrow. Hypnocast, 9 p.m. Eastern. Do not miss it, man. We had a banger fucking night tonight. A lot of topics covered. Crazy amount of donos to make all the unofficial mods sigh around the world.
You got another donation. Add it to the total.
And just overall had a great time, man. This was a super fun stream. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you were entertained for the what are we at, 3 hours? For the 3 hours we streamed today. Sincerely, thank you guys for everything. Legendary. Much love to you. I'm gonna try my best to edit quickly so that I can get to Arc Raiders as fast as possible. So I hope to see a lot of you there. If not, I totally understand. You know, it's getting late, whatever. But you know, I want to get some Arc Raiders in. So thank you guys again so much for everything. I appreciate it. Shout out to everybody who liked the stream, commented, spammed the chat, super chatted, gifted memberships, everything. I appreciate you. And of course, shout out to the Hypno mods for doing what they do every single day. I appreciate you as well. Join me on Hypnotic Gaming Live for Arc Raiders in about an hour or so. And, you know, go subscribe there so you have notifications. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, fucking God. He literally did my outro. He did my fucking outro. For a 10, Dr. Spike. Later, Gooters and bigots. As I was trying to say, go be bigots and go be Gooters. Bye.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
The dog, or her cat, was named Vagina. Vagina. Vagina.
Put a ticket in, make her gay. Fuck Indiana Jones, put a ticket in, make her lady gay. Fuck Baby Gay, put a ticket in, make her gay. It means put a chicken in that we eat and make her fucking gay. Fucking pronouns! Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day California shit! Cause that's all we fucking know! Cause we're boring! We're so fucking boring! Twitter hole! Twitter hole! Get it right!
At the touch of the black man, I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life.